Hey, gals, guys, and otherwise. This is Jonathan O. Roselion.
And I'm Noah, also known as Polyphonic, and you're listening to the first ever Horns and Wings live. I believe
that's not true, but
we did this.
We did a Q&A.
Before. Yeah.
But this is the
first ever episode. Live
this is
episode.
The first. Sure, sort of. And we're gonna be doing the classic Saga reader survey. It's so classic that I remembered the name perfectly. And we're gonna be what are we up to? 2016, I think it is, for this. Do we have any left after this?
Oh God.
When did it stop? That was like 28. I think we have one or two left. But yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna answer 25 questions that are very non-Saga related. Feel free to answer those questions in the chat too. Maybe we'll read some of those. And also, because it usually takes us about 45 minutes for the two of us to answer 25 questions. I was thinking maybe we should add 2 more people to that.
That seems like a consistent with our decision making. Excuse me.
Gosh, cut it out, Haley. Cut it in post. Well, that's person number 1 is Haley. Rose Lion,
Hey.
our editor and the brains behind this operation. How's it going?
Pretty good. Got a Gatorade. Just hanging
Hello?
out.
All right, nice, perfect. We also have
Oh, hey!
a familiar
crew's-
person.
The crew's coming in.
Oh, I feel like there's a slight delay here.
What?
Hey, we have a person that you've heard before on here, and it's Ben Stokes from SPTV. Yeah, he's the best. And what's up?
Hey, what's up? Thanks for having me on again.
Yeah, what were you our first guest? I think.
Yep. And
Wow.
now I am the only repeat guest. I'm setting records. That's my mission.
Except for Haley, so now you have to fight to the death.
Are we tied now? Is it
Yep.
2 each?
You're
Okay.
this is
All right.
2 returning champs here.
It would be ashamed if someone's internet connection were to cut out in the middle of this.
All right. So we've got the whole crew here. We're getting some people coming into the stream here. I'm gonna switch it from
CJ
top
Crawl
chat.
has a disappointing lack of emojis in their name in YouTube.
Who needs it? Are you even a person anymore? I'm excited. I'm excited for this. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up the first question because God, this is gonna take a very long time. And if anyone needs to drop out at a certain point, needs to tap out, I do not blame them. But
It's a
Oh, wait.
marathon.
what's up?
Before we get to the questions
Mhm.
to all 9 who are watching now,
Mm-hmm.
please go donate to Black Lives Matter.
Yes, yeah, that's another massive thing. Please, 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 if you're
Yeah.
watching this, we have a link in the description. Go donate, and you know what?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
If you tweet us a receipt of your donation, what's a cool thing we can do? We'll give you obviously a
We can
shout out.
you out. We can answer you a question. We can answer a question of yours.
Give us your own. If you do a donation, give us your own Saga reader survey style question, and we will all
Nice.
answer it.
Anything they will answer, by the way.
Oh,
You have
yeah.
to do it. It's legally binding.
Do it.
Thank you for that contemporary reference.
Is my-
So we got question number 1 here, which is, what was the number 1 song in America the day you were born? America.
All right, let's find out.
Yeah, y'all Google. Y'all do some
Alright.
Googling. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead because I had to animate all these questions and I saw them a million times over. So I went ahead and looked that up first. And I'm personally furious because it is Everything I Do It For You by
Oh.
Bryan Adams.
Ooh. What day was that, by the way? What day was
I'm
that?
livid. I'm livid.
That is August 22nd, 1991. Don't dox me. I'm so pissed off
I've
about
got
it.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and not tell you the date. But you can
Okay.
you can guess my birthday is within X number of weeks because I'd do anything for love, but I won't do that.
Ooh.
My
Meatloaf.
was number 1.
Meatloaf. That's a dope one.
That is so much better than mine.
All right, I will go then.
Go for it.
February 2nd, 1993. I Will Always Love You, Whitney Houston.
Wow. Is that the Bodyguard song?
Yes.
Cool. Noah, go ahead and sing us a few bars of that one. No? Okay.
I can't hear Haley.
Why can't you hear Haley? That's the question. People in chat, let me know if you can hear Haley. Sometimes this thing wonks out on us. And oh, there's all the chat.
What?
All right,
Oh wait, I hear her now.
Haley, talk again.
Hello?
But I unmuted the stream and then I can. I'm sorry, I'm derailing this. Just continue.
Well, no, we gotta. Anyone point out any issues in the Discord? Oh wait, I have. Why is Noah? Okay, Noah's muted also. And I'm
Yeah,
assuming
I'm
he's
muted. I'm muted because I was just typing out something.
okay. So, yeah, that's a. Oh, Ben, did we get your birthday song?
Oh, okay. My birthday song, That's the Way the Love Goes, Janet Jackson.
Okay,
Ooh.
That's the
nice.
way that birthday songs go.
So you and Haley had
Janet
like good songs, and no,
What
I
What
are
was
you
Haley's? I didn't hear.
slandering?
What
Are
was
you
Haley's? I missed it.
slandering
Oh.
Meatloaf?
Oh, that's true. I'll stay. It's a. I feel like there's a difference between entertaining and good song, but you know what? No, let's get into objectivity in the
Oh,
value of
God.
art
Okay,
really
well,
quick.
why don't we
yeah.
answer
Super
the
quick.
question that I was asked? It was Whitney Houston. I will always love you.
Right.
Nice.
So that narrows it down to the like 5 months. That was number one. Okay, it looks like chat can
Do some
hear
sleuthing.
Haley. Uh,
Yeah, I can hear now, so I think it was my fault. Sorry.
and Fire Sport got Gangsta's Paradise, and they
Oh,
worked on Sonic, so
nice.
it is the the perfect.
You worked on
Uh,
Sonic.
That's very cool.
that's
sick.
they've go
I
ahead.
like that movie. I thought it was a
Come
good
in
movie.
here. That movie
Yeah,
was.
we enjoyed it.
I was expecting to not like that movie, and goddamn did I
I
like that
know.
movie.
It was better than I thought it would be.
I still haven't seen it.
Oh my gosh, Noah.
I watched Captain Marvel last night
Oh, nice.
Nice.
for
How
the
was
first
that?
time.
Yeah, I haven't seen that one yet either.
It's a ton of fun. They marketed it really weird because they marketed it as this like jet pilot 90s Top Gun thing when really it was just this like galactic ass Jack Kirby space battle. It was fucking sweet.
It's a good
Both
one.
of those movies sound dope, in my opinion.
Oh, and then one more. Odd Amy got "Unbreak My Heart" by Tony Braxton, which is
Oh,
a fucking classic, and that's
that
gonna be
is a
stuck in my head
heartbreaker.
forever. That's an unbreaker. So we're gonna move on to 2 because holy shit, we've already talked about Captain Marvel somehow in this first question.
It all comes back to Captain Marvel.
Number 2. Oh, well, this is impossible, but please draw a symbol that reflects your gender identity.
Maybe describe a symbol.
I'm the the Ghostbusters like circle with a cross through it. Just no gender, please.
Not into
I'm
labels.
I'm the Prince symbol.
There we go.
That's a pretty good one.
Haley.
Hmm. I don't even know. It's okay. Skip me for a sec.
Okay. Bet if you had to draw a symbol, and we know it, we're apparently just like not
Haley
going
is
with
coming
any.
in and out for me.
Yeah, I
that's-
didn't hear what she said just then.
She's
Why don't I just? I'll just go out of the room. I'll use.
Oh, I
no,
hear that
because we
one.
need the mic.
No, but do we really need?
I think
the
it's
mic?
working
I'll
on the stream.
Yeah, it's
I just
working
have
on the
this-
stream.
Yeah, I
so-
just have the stream muted. I'll just rely on your cues.
Haley, wait,
I li-
Haley,
I like the
unmute
chat
yourself on
answers.
Discord
I like
Why-
the
but why
chat
would I do that?
answers. Odd
Then it's
Amy's
gonna
so they can
pick
is,
hear.
on this.
Oh wait,
Oh
Yeah.
I like the loading bar. The
Yeah,
loading
yeah.
wheel.
yeah. CJ Crawls is a buffering.
Unmute
Odd
yourself on
Amy's
that.
is an exclamation
What?
point. I like both of those.
unmute yourself on that.
Oh, I'll go
Well,
question
it's-
mark because I'm a
Okay.
huge Riddler fan.
It's not gonna work.
Ooh, nice.
And I like to keep it ambiguous.
Because do you know what?
Yeah, yeah. Do you think the Riddler? That's also the Riddler's like gender sign, and that's why the Riddler actually has question marks all over his or their body, I suppose.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
it.
It's his greatest riddle.
I wish we had episode titles for these. All right, Haley, talk a bit, and possibly you might hear double Haleys, but
Yeah,
who
I
cares?
think it's now gonna come through the computer.
Yeah, for you guys. Can you
Yeah,
guys
alright.
hear?
I hear
Ish.
you
Yeah,
both,
Your
Yeah.
your audio quality is much worse, but I can still hear you. And
Beautiful.
now I can hear Haley. So
Awesome. All right, we got the question 2 down.
So should I just take this away?
We did it.
No, you're still using that for the stream. You're using that to talk to them on Discord.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay. No more audio stuff. That is my goal for this. Hey, when you can't sleep at night, what is the one thought you can't let go of?
Oh, that's a question right now, isn't it?
This took a sharp
One
fucking
one
turn.
thought, you say?
Only having one thought that I can't let go
Oh
of
my gosh.
sounds like a dream.
That, oh my god, I would sleep so well.
Yeah, that would be.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, what
Um,
a topical question. How did he know?
I think my biggest one that I actually think about is like some record label, one of the big three record labels, deciding that collecting the monetization from my YouTube videos isn't enough and suing me into oblivion on false pretenses with a billion-dollar legal team. That's my that's my fear that keeps me up at night. Also, I
Same
remember
for
once
for
in high
most of us,
school.
I think.
Also, I remember once in high school, I ripped a really loud fart that I thought was going to be quiet in the middle of a study class.
Oh no.
I did that in second grade, and it still haunts me.
That's awesome.
Uh, I'm gonna pick. Let's go with. Well, you know what? My thing, like, constantly is just plotting out, like, everything I am going to do tomorrow, of which I complete maybe 5% of them. But
That's a good
but
one.
is I just constantly going over my, like, all the garbage nonsense that I have to do, like all the stuff I had to do for this stream to set up. So I will rest easy tonight.
Yeah.
Who else got one?
Mine's pretty similar to that. I mean, it will involve everything I got to do at work the next day. You start running through the list in your head,
Yeah.
and then you start doing the make believe scenarios because you want to be ready for all that. So
Oh yeah, that's
that
similar to
usually
mine.
Oh, you know what?
That's what we
Actually,
do.
now that I think of it, a lot of mine is just what excuses can I use for why I haven't done the stuff I've previously obsessed
Right.
about. A lot of
Yeah.
excuse coming up with stuff in my sleepy times. Haley.
Yeah, mine's pretty similar. It's the classic thinking about social scenarios that didn't go quite right and what I would have said after
Yeah.
the fact. Yeah, those.
Esprit de l'escalier, as the French say.
Oh. Oui, oui.
Okay.
Oui, oui, beaucoup.
I'll let you have that one. Chat says internet argument comebacks and my brain is a television screen that is constantly on, telling stories that are neither good nor relaxing, which is
Oh,
also
that sounds
very
awful.
very relatable.
Are they exciting? Are they exciting at least?
There we go. Let us know in the chat if they are exciting television stories.
Are there any redeeming qualities to your brain television shows?
There we go. That's actually the next question. So that's amazing.
I peeked ahead.
So which one comic would you most like to share with your significant other right now?
Hmm.
So what have I not shared? Haley, what have I not forced you to
Oh.
read yet?
Oh. I'm sure there's several.
Can I just make you read Hawkeye again?
I would gladly.
There we go. That's done.
Perfect.
I
What else we
really
got?
want my wife to finish Paper Girls. She's read almost all of it, but she hasn't finished it.
Ooh,
I
same.
haven't
so I need to
either,
be able
yeah.
to talk
Shit.
to her. Yeah.
I'm still. I think I'm an arc behind on it right now. So.
Oh,
Yeah.
finish it. Then
no,
we can start a Paper Girls podcast.
no, I'm
Oh
good.
my god.
I think
Do
I'll
it.
just.
Also, Royal City by Jeff Lemire, because every one of my comics.
Oh, do you like Jeff
answers
Lemire?
Needs a Jeff Lemire thing, yeah.
There you go. Ben, you got a good rec that you would like to force upon someone?
Yeah. I recently read through Akira. It was sick.
Oh, nice.
Check it out. It's a long one. It's a good like saga length story to read. Amazing line work. If you love the movie, you'll obviously love the
I didn't know it was
the
that
manga.
long. That's
Dude, it's
rad.
a good it's a good 6 volumes, and they're pretty thick.
Jeez.
But he uses like 6 panels a page mostly, so it's like so much drawing.
Yeah,
And
no,
I think that's part. It's really fast read, but it looks longer than it is.
I saw the explanation for why because he did all that, like, what was that, cross hatching the on the
The
explosion.
explosion.
Yeah, which is just like, it looks like this, like, half of a black orb, but it's just like, I love his explanation so much for why he put so much effort into it, because it had to have taken hours to draw this half of a black orb, and he was like, it is such a significant moment in the story that he wanted the readers to understand the significance, and so he accomplished that through obviously putting a shit ton of time into drawing it, which is awesome. I love that. Haley,
Yeah, dude.
what comic am I reading?
Actually, how about the one of the first comics I got wasn't really a comic. It was like a manga sized compilation or whatever of Spider Girl,
Okay.
of Peter Parker's daughter. And she's really cool and androgynous and awesome. It was like,
Get it for me.
That sounds badass.
All right. And some recommendations in the chat. Our Superman Smashes the Clan. I forgot that was out. And the first 30 Days of Night, which would be, man, that would be a fun read. I've been avoiding anything too stressful right now, so it's a
Yeah.
good thing we do a podcast about Saga. That's really,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I'm hungry for some new Saga. I don't know about you
Oh,
guys.
God.
you know what?
yeah.
I think I could wait a good 5 more years. Yeah, I think I just feel like it hasn't been long enough, or it's just like it's
Yeah.
I've blinked and
Think-
and it
Think
definitely
about the
wasn't.
payoff.
John's theory was that it was gonna come out on Free Comic Book Day, but what John didn't account for was the world ending.
Yeah, no, I didn't account
Yeah,
for
man, it's-
the death of Comic Book Day and comics and days. So all 3 of those things stopping did not help with my prediction.
You also actually didn't account for the death of freedom, which is also happening now too.
Yeah. And then also we get Heartstopper as a recommendation in the chat, a webcomic that is cute and not stressful. Thank you, Amy. And Spider Girl is seconded. And we are going on to number 5, which is, where did you go on your honeymoon? Hey Noah, where did you go on your honeymoon?
My living room.
There you go.
But
Aw.
actually we are going to the Sunshine Coast in 2 weeks, because things are actually like opened up here. So we got a cottage and we're doing that. So
Oh, that sounds nice.
yeah.
Take None Touch None with you. Yeah.
Someone send us that, please.
Yeah,
Yeah,
didn't-
please
didn't
send us
someone
None
make
Touch
their
None.
own version of it?
I can't, like, what do you all have so much time on your hands now. Just make up the rules to a new board game that the
Yeah,
parts
I
of it
want
we
full
saw made no
packaging.
sense and involved
For
magic.
packaging design
Yeah,
as well.
please.
And I wanted I don't want it to be an alpha. I don't want it to be a beta. Like, I want this to be fully play tested.
Balance. I want balance.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll go next.
Yeah, go for it.
I am not married,
Mhm.
so I guess I'll just go to Sextillion.
There we
Oh.
go. Nice. not bachelor party, but honeymoon is the perfect spot.
Yeah, that's the type of person I want to marry. Who would go
I
to
love that.
Sextillion with me?
Can I get like a recreation of that if you like pina colada song, but the ad they're putting in the paper is someone go to a fuck planet
If you
with
like dragons with dildo.
Oh, and getting squished in the brain.
You guys are making that dude like a goose level character.
I for one am looking forward to the life-size plush that they're gonna release.
I'm sure you could buy that thing on some darker corners of the internet already.
There you go, guys. We're giving you a lot of fuel here to make some cool Saga-related fan art.
There we go. Make sure to never send it to me. Nothing to do
But
with
you can
it.
tag me in it. I want to see it.
Haley, did we go anywhere did we do a honeymoon? Or
We
did we blow our
didn't,
money on the
but-
wedding?
Yeah, well, I mean, not really. I think we had a pre honeymoon at Disney. I'd say that was
that was
the
like
closest
earlier
thing.
in the year. Oh, we went to New Orleans the after. I'll count that.
Mhm.
New Orleans is great. But stay at home right now. Number 6. Oh, by the way, anyone just joining us, donate to Black Lives Matter. The link is in the description, and we will send us a receipt of that on Twitter, and we will read any Saga reader survey style question that you want to give us. So hey, what do you think about sorbet?
It's phenomenal.
It's
I love
delicious,
sorbet.
yeah.
I haven't had it since I was a kid. I don't remember what it tastes like.
Why
It's
are
just
there
non,
20?
just non-dairy ice cream, essentially.
Yeah,
Sounds like it would agree with me.
There you go.
It's very good. It's very fruity. There's like a famous gelato place in my hometown that also does really good sorbet.
Nice.
Does it
Hey,
have a
I'm
name?
not. I'm open to eating some sorbet once again.
Also, I pulled up Wikipedia, and did you know that sorbet originated in ancient Persia? And there's a number of legendary origin myths, unsupported by any known evidence, that attribute the origin of it to historical figures like Nero, Marco Polo, and Catherine de Medici.
Oh,
Noah, you don't need to tell us.
That's my knowledge drop on you right now.
Wow. Are you gonna test us later? Should I write this down?
Yeah, absolutely. This
Hell
will be
yeah.
on the quiz.
Nice. Listen up, everyone. You didn't know there was gonna be a quiz at the end, did you?
You have to unsubscribe if you get it wrong. Yeah, sorbet's cool. I like froyo. Question number 7. Hey, do you have any fetishes you've never shared with a partner? Is what we
Oh
are
my
answering on this live stream.
Woo!
I don't want to know how many fetishes Haley has that she's never shared with me, because I'm sure it is copious.
Excuse me.
I don't want to know what fan fiction
Don't-
holes you
don't
dive
kink
into.
shame.
Yeah, this is more
no,
interesting
I
for
just-
you two because you're both in the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The answer to this question is about to be no.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to. Here's the thing, because we have a strict no kink shame rule. We all got our little corner of sextillion we like to escape to, but I'm kind of disappointed that I don't have more fetishes. Like, I think about how nice it would be to ooh, we're getting some hidden stuff in the chat, held for review stuff in the chat, so people are answering this question. Dinosaur guys with big
Dinosaur guys.
dildos
Yes.
is what I had to
Yes.
approve.
If we don't
There
have
it
a
is.
name for this guy by the end of this podcast, we're doing everyone a disservice.
Dildo sore?
Something Barney, a good
Dildosauri.
Barney pun maybe.
Horny? There we go. So anyway, but yeah, no, I wish I had, like, sometimes I think, like, man, it'd be cool to have, like, a
Oh my
foot
God,
fetish.
no.
Cause
I
then
know-
it's like
I
the
know
whole
he's-
world is a buffet. What's up, Noah? What's up, Noah? Please
Okay, I
interrupt.
know he's shaped like a T-Rex,
Uh-huh.
but Pegasaurus.
Okay, there we go.
There it is.
Okay, that's it.
Oh my god.
I enjoy it.
That's
The answer
awesome.
to this question is actually no. I've shared all of my mini fetishes with my partner because we have an open and communicative sex life.
There you go.
Wow. That's great.
I always maybe this is an outdated definition, but I always thought that fetish was something that like you need in order to like be aroused or to get off, and then a kink is more like something that titillates you.
Let us know in chat.
Ah.
I don't think so. I think a fetish is just something that really titillates you. I think kinks and fetishes are kind of interchangeable, but I'm not sure. Or I guess maybe kink is specifically something that kind of falls outside of like traditional vanilla stuff. Like, can you have a missionary fetish?
Yeah, I think a fetish is like it's what you need. You fucking need it. So
Apparently,
Mhm.
according to Wikipedia,
It was
this will be
created
on
by
the quiz
Marco
as
Polo.
well. Apparently, what a fetish is it's a sexual fixation on like non-living objects or non-genital body parts. But I feel like that's too narrow too, because I feel like BDSM, maybe BDSM isn't a fetish, maybe it's just kink. I don't know. Apparently, we need a dictionary to answer this question.
Yeah.
It's
we
all
need
semen. It's all semantics.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Reaching.
Harney the dinosaur.
Harney, the friendly dildo dinosaur.
So much better
Yeah.
than Pegasaurus.
All right.
So
yeah,
we have effectively knocked, Odd Amy points out, feeling really attacked as an asexual. we have lost a good portion of our demographic here. So
Yeah.
once does everyone feel satisfied?
My fetish
I
is
think
spider women.
There we
Is
go.
my
Oh, nice.
spider lady
that's
bounty
John's
hunters.
too. That's John's
Yeah.
too, actually.
We have that in common, sir.
Yeah, I think we successfully dodged that question.
There we go. Perfect.
I'm single, so sorry.
There we go.
Can't contribute.
Hey, it doesn't necessarily say a romantic partner. It could be just like a cowboy partner or like a
Spider
business
ladies.
partner, a podcast partner.
Oh, there's no fetish we haven't shared with each other now. Hey, if you could draft any living person in the world to be president of the United States, who
AOC.
would it be? Oh yeah,
AOC,
yeah.
right? Right.
Another
I mean,
man,
yeah.
another topical question.
Yeah, go ahead and let's all piss off everyone.
Oh, no,
With any-
Killer Mike.
Ooh, that's a cool one.
Hey, how'd the Rock as president thing start? Because that's
Yeah, I was gonna say Dwayne the Rock Johnson,
why is that a thing?
or the
What's-
Texas Rattlesnakes, Stone Cold Steve Austin.
I don't know. Why would your country possibly think a celebrity with no prior political experience could run for office and win?
Yeah, it's fuck it. We've Pandora doesn't go back into the box. It only comes out.
I don't think that's how Pandora's box works.
No, that's it.
She comes out.
You open the door and Pandora's like, shut the fucking door. This is my box. Sleeping in here.
Yeah,
no.
I'm going the Rock. I'm the
You're
Rock.
the Rock.
Black Adam for president.
Okay, I'm gonna say Trump. So we're gonna do question.
Okay.
Which one?
Yeah, no.
Oh, the long lineage.
Ivanka.
I'm going with Molly. Who's the one? There could be
What
one.
about the
Oh,
outcast daughter?
Baron, the like 7-year-old
Oh
child.
my God, like, if Barron Trump in office, he would do so much better.
That's a
He
crazy
would.
dope name. That's a fucking sick name. Baron.
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'm gonna lock it in. AOC with Killer Mike as her vice.
All right.
Oh, you got a
Nice.
whole ticket.
Oh, I didn't
yeah.
know we were doing vices. Okay, who's gonna be Barron's running mate? Is the question.
Oh.
We gotta.
Obviously Sasha Obama.
No, I'm going with Bernie Sanders as Barron Trump's running mate on this one, and we're gonna even out the.
Oh, you cover your bases. You got the old, you got the young.
Yep.
The most ambitious crossover event in all of
Oh.
history.
If you can we do a shift on this one and say if you could have any Saga character be president of the United States, who would it be?
Oh.
Stop it. I'm in on this.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna have
It's
to
Goose,
go.
right?
Who? Oh man,
Shit.
probably.
That's a. I was gonna say a trump card, but I don't want to use that term in this
Maybe
context.
Heist because he was a pacifist.
Oh,
He'd
I'd
be
love
pretty-
Heist. Yeah, he
Oh.
could pull that one off.
Yeah.
If we're going pure favorites, I gotta go with my guy, Prince Robot the Fourth.
Yeah, no, I think we know how he deals with power, and I don't think we should give more to him.
He's growing as an android, and more
No
importantly,
spoilers.
as a father.
Oh shit. Yeah, no. I like Heist. Heist is a really good one. You know what? I think just what's her name? Viz. It's the lady who's already
Vez? Vez.
Dude,
Vez.
Dope is torn
Yep.
in the
See,
series.
that's
I'm
what
down with that.
she's gonna make Landfall great again. You know?
I'm sure she has a lot of political experience.
We all know there's actually only one answer.
Uh-huh. Is
Ooh,
it
sweet
fart?
boy.
Is
Fart.
Mhm.
There's
Hell
only
yes.
one character who has the balls to run
Okay.
for president.
God.
Oh, fucking make
Yes.
America fart again is the fucking crowning achievement of this podcast. Haley, what Saga character are you getting to?
Well, we don't know that much about her yet, obviously, but I'd say like adult Hazel.
Oh,
Mm.
interesting.
Like someone who's been through a lot of shit.
Yeah, yeah.
She's got allies on both sides of the political
yeah.
spectrum.
Hold on, is all
Here
of
we
this
go.
just
Game
like
of Thrones
a?
shit coming in here?
This is all setting up to be a political. This is all just in the universe of Ex Machina for BKV.
Yes. Yes.
All right, we're doing. What's up?
Did we get a living person answer from Haley?
Did you? You said AOC. You agreed with that, but
I
do you
did,
have
but
an
I don't
original
know.
thought?
I feel kind of I don't know. The first person who came to mind was Stephen Colbert because I was always disappointed. There was like rumors when he left the Colbert Report that he was gonna
Oh right.
run.
Well, he did try.
What? That would be crazy.
That was a whole. Those are some of the best episodes of Colbert Report. Was him trying to run
Yeah,
for
yeah.
president.
Him parodying the Herman Cain thing.
I would take a Jon Stewart.
Oh yeah.
As I would vote for that. Honestly, we have some great. Yuma is an answer in the chat. There's a
Make
lot of
America
gooses.
high again.
She'd have good foreign policy.
Oh fuck yeah! No, I would. I actually would enjoy Yuma as president. Isabel as fucking
All right.
Isabel would be so good as president. Thank you, Odd Amy, for that one. And we're gonna go on to question number 9. What brand of shoes are you wearing? Hey, is anyone wearing shoes right now?
Nope.
No.
Do people wear shoes anymore? Is that a
I'm
thing?
wearing
No.
slides. I'm wearing some blue and white Adidas slides.
Hey, give us
My
that
comfy-
sweet
my
sponsorship
comfy
money.
shoes.
Okay,
Yeah.
what shoes were you wearing
Oh, that sounds
earlier?
nice, actually.
I
What-
wore Birkenstocks to the grocery store. That's basically the only
Jesus
thing I wear on my
Christ.
feet.
Ooh.
Oh my
What?
gosh.
A
what
man of culture, I
fucking-
see.
What a fucking hipster.
Yeah,
Uh,
exactly.
Lean into it, to your strengths.
I wear whatever shoes my mom buys me to this day. She will still I keep telling her constantly. I tell her, don't buy me any more shoes. You've bought me 1,000 pairs of shoes, and she still buys me shoes, and I've never had to buy shoes ever. I don't think I've ever bought a pair of shoes for myself. I might have bought some boots at some point. So
You just got a
whatever those
lifetime
are.
subscription to free
Yeah.
shoes.
That's
Well,
why
what kind of shoes are they? You got
I
us on
don't
the edge of
know.
our
I have
seats.
no idea. It's what is it, like Brooks? Is that a thing?
I don't know. I don't look at your shoes.
Off-brand Reebok or something.
I think it might be. No, they're supposed to be like really fancy and expensive, but she always gets me like eBay ones that she like used shoes. And the last one she sent smelled so much like cat piss.
Oh, it was terrible. It was.
Oh, no.
Are we just
Was it-
are we just dragging
I'm
John's
just
mom
dunking
here?
on my
Well,
mom
it
who
wasn't
will
her
listen
fault.
to this.
I don't think she
No, it's the
had
thought
them
that counts.
before.
You don't know. This is what I'm resorting to. Stop buying me shoes. I'm telling you on the stream, mother.
She's definitely here, right?
Possibly.
I'll take your cat piece shoes, man.
All right, I'll send those.
It's all right. I'll take them off your hands.
Thank you. Question
You
10.
keep skipping over me, bro.
Oh, well, you're not wearing shoes either. What shoes?
They were flip-flops that my grandparents got me from Hawaii, and I don't
Nice.
even think they have a brand because they're made in Hawaii from some random person.
Bunch of fucking hippies. On
What are
the
we
stream.
talking on comfort level for Hawaii flops?
High,
Are they more flip or
high,
flop?
high. They're not. They're
Nice.
like they
What?
don't have the like thong in between the toes.
Okay, yeah, good. They're better without the thong between the
Yeah.
toes.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
Noah, put him down for anti-thong.
Yeah, anti-thong on feet.
On feet.
That's-
I love
Uh-oh.
personally.
How'd you guess my fetish? That's the thing. All right. Are we satisfied? Are we good
I
with
think so.
this? Do we want to talk more about the brand of shoes we are wearing or
I
not
think we can
wearing?
swing. We can swing back to it at the end if that's cool with everybody.
No, you watch
Wait,
any
let me pull up
movies
a
about shoes?
Wikipedia
Fuck off,
fact
fuck off,
about
fuck off.
shoes.
Hey, how significantly has your relationship with your father contributed to your current situation in life?
Whoa.
Oh,
So a shoe is an item of footwear
God
intended
damn
to
it.
protect the human foot.
My father was a cobbler.
Can't get away from it.
So did you know that traditionally shoes were made from leather, wood, or canvas, but in
Mhm.
the 2010s they're increasingly made from rubber,
The fucking
plastics, and other
shoe variety of-
petrochemical-derived materials?
Rubber. Yeah, that was a big moment. Yep.
The oldest known leather
Do you remember
shoe
that?
was found
Uh-huh.
5,500 years old and was found in Armenia.
Whoa.
I would like to walk a mile in those shoes.
All right.
No.
All right.
Hey,
Now let's
how
get real.
significantly has your relationship with your father contributed to your current situation in life?
Fuck. I can go. I
Go
owe
for
a
it.
lot to my father and both my parents in general, but my dad, he's an electrical engineer, so I was always growing up around computers. He
Oh,
was
nice.
always super into tech stuff. And now I do graphic design. I make websites. So he kind of instilled that tech savviness onto me. So yeah, and he's always been super supportive of whatever I wanted to do. So great dad. Shout out to my dad. And he instilled a pretty great work ethic into me. I think if I can toot my own horn for a second, just from watching him growing up.
Nice.
Aw.
And now he's immortalized forever in this podcast live stream. He's finally
Yeah,
made
but-
it.
He wants to. We can take bets to see if I could get him to watch this or not. It's heavily skewed in the
See?
no direction.
You know what? He just has to make it to Pegasaurus, and then he'll be on. He'll be
Oh my
along for
God.
the ride at that point.
I was just thinking, I was gonna be like, all right, my mission is gonna be to get him to read Saga, but now thinking about what's in Saga and
Yeah.
having him reading it and talking about it would be so uncomfortable for me.
Saga opens. Yeah. I think Saga will be very graphic to talk about with your parents. Which I mean, some people have that kind of relationship with their parents.
Oh yeah, and there's nothing. That's just not the relationship I have.
Yeah,
Not that there's anything
yeah.
wrong with it. Yeah, but definitely not. It's the type of family where you get uncomfortable in the sex scene in the movie. Like, watching
Alright.
your parents. You know, there was a lot of those. Like, oh shit.
But when is that not uncomfortable though?
I took
I feel like for that for everyone that is. It doesn't matter
Yeah,
how
that's-
open
Yeah.
you are.
Hey, don't
That's
kink
true.
shame anyone who's
Oh, no.
super jazzed to watch
Yeah,
a sex scene with
You
their
get a lot
parents.
of returns from that one.
God, I remember I had my dad drive me to the midnight premiere of the Watchmen movie, which has one of the longest, most awkward sex scenes in
Oh yeah.
the history of the world. and
my
just sinking into my fucking seat for that one was.
Oh
was
my
real
god, I
fun.
can one up you. I saw Clerks 2 with my dad
Oh,
when I was in middle
God.
school.
Oh, you want to hear the be all end all? I was
All right,
14 and I watched A Clockwork Orange with my parents.
Oh my god. Haley, top them all. Top them all right now.
Uh, I watched
Uh-huh.
I watched Spider-Man with my dad.
Oh shit.
There was a kiss.
Wait, which Spider-Man? Which Spider-Man?
1 and 2.
There's
You-
also
what?
like a there's also like a masturbation joke in Spider-Man, isn't there?
Uh, I remember that there was going to be when James Cameron was going to do Spider-Man, that was gonna like the webbing was gonna be synonymous for semen,
Yeah.
but I don't remember if one made it in.
Sam
If you
Raimi
know
till
what I
I
mean.
die.
Hell
For
yeah.
real.
Sam Raimi, Michigan, represent.
Oh really? He's from Michigan?
Hell yeah, that's where Evil
Alright.
Dead was shot in Michigan.
Oh shit.
I'm from
No,
Michigan.
why aren't you going to that cabin? Come on, dude.
It's across the country. Michigan's basically
Nah.
Canada. But to get back on track, my father, similar to what Ben was saying, my father has contributed a ton to where I am in life. Both of my parents are incredible. My father, when I was a kid, was a stay-at-home dad, and raised us for a couple years. Yeah, just basically everything that I am, I owe to my parents. And my dad also is the reason I like Steely Dan, which is really important.
So he's who I have to blame for all the Steely Dan talk I've been subjected to.
Yes. You can call him at 613.
Uh-huh.
I actually don't know
Oh,
his number
shit.
offhand.
He has that. He got a phone that early. His number's 613. That's fucking rad. Haley, how significantly has your relationship with your father contributed to your current situation in life?
It's hard to say. I think he and I had a really close relationship when I was a kid, up until my early teens, I'd say, and then we kind of stopped having things in common. But I always knew that he wanted the best for me, and he like loved me and wanted to spend time with me. And a lot of my kind of demeanor and curiosity and ambition comes from him. In the past few years, he's been a little emotionally frustrating, especially because he's conservative for a Canadian.
He would
and
say Barron Trump as who he would nominate for.
he's not quite on
president.
Trump levels, but
Baron.
yeah. But it's really nice. Current situation is that we've become a little closer again, because he went through some shit with his almost former wife now, for a few years now there, and he became more aware of the fact that he should hold on to the people who actually really care about him and
Oh, that's
love him unconditionally. So yeah.
nice. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
It's nice.
It's very nice to see him come around. He is one of those stereotypical fathers who I didn't actually know existed, who's just like, I hate you because you've taken my daughter. Like that weird.
Honor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I first started, my father-in-law, who is officially legally my father-in-law now, but when me and my now wife first started dating, he and it was serious, and we moved in together. He had a talk with her where he's like, in a lot of ways, Noah is replacing my role in your life. And she was like, no.
Excuse me?
Now
That's
he'll have to
funny.
watch sex scenes from. He'll have to watch Clockwork Orange with you instead of
Top
me.
Gun.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, my dad's the best. He's who made me nice to people and care about people. He very much ingrained me with my empathy, and showed me to just be really kind and polite to people, especially strangers and stuff. And that's something that always throws me off is when someone's like rude to a waiter or waitress or something, and it's just like I can't fathom that, and that's because of him. It's just like, no, I'm
Yeah.
just nice to so many people all the time whenever I can be. And yeah, actually CJK mentioned that their parents having health problems and that they are the main caregiver for their father. And yep, my dad has been, I think I mentioned this, my dad has dementia, and that's been rough. And of course, I went through the whole nightmare of finding a nursing home for him right before all this shit went down. So that's been stressful as hell.
Yikes.
But he's still doing good. He's still no virus in his home yet. So we're
Excellent.
yeah,
Hell yeah.
some good news.
Yeah.
Dads are cool.
Yeah, let's get a shout out to positive male role models.
Yeah.
Like Prince Robot the Fourth.
King
Like
Robot.
Like Bar.
Oh,
Shout
fuck
out
yeah,
that
to
Bar.
is a good one.
Bars
That
is
is a
fucking
good one.
great.
I will say this too. I'm a big sucker for father-son relationships in like movies and in comic books.
I wish
So
they would
I
put
think-
one of
I
those
think-
in a comic or maybe a Marvel film or something. I wish there was just
Yeah, or like a Star Wars movie maybe.
yeah. Like, you could really
I
use
feel
one
like
of
there's
those.
something there.
Yeah, you like father son relationships, like you like Homer Simpson and Don Draper and all of the good dads, right? Jack Torrance from The Shining.
Goku from Dragon Ball Z. He was a great father, as we all know.
And don't forget Ozai.
Oh yeah. Hey, who's watched Avatar in this chat?
I've
right
watched some of it, but not
Fucking
all
Noah.
of it.
Noah, what?
I haven't watched enough to know who Ozai is.
now. Zuko's papa.
that
Hashtag
guy-
very
yeah, that guy
angry
was a
fire
dick.
dad.
Yeah.
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 I took away your ability to bend.
Hey, wait, when's Father's Day? Is that like
That's coming up.
soon?
Sunday, I think.
Fuck.
Topical.
Damn,
shit.
how did he know? How did he know?
Jesus Christ. And I'm sure it will stay topical throughout this whole thing and nothing will be dated poorly in any of these questions.
Oh, no.
Question number 11. What are you nostalgic for? How did he know?
Oh my
That
Oh,
nostal-
what am I nostalgic
Whoa.
for? The time when these
Fucking-
questions were written.
2019
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, exactly.
Against all the fucking odds. 2019. Or January. I missed
I'm
that.
convinced Brian K. Vaughan was a time traveler.
Honestly-
a time traveler.
At this
He is a
point,
paper
I'm fucking
girl.
nostalgic for May.
Yeah, I'm nostalgic for a time I could leave my house without fear of respiratory disease and illness.
Yeah. The thing that gets me is seeing my favorite local places go under and not knowing
Oh,
but that, the last time I was there would be the last time I was there.
yeah.
That's been it's been hit. St. Louis has so many great local restaurants and stuff, and it's been hit hard. It sucks, but we've been
Really, St. Louis is great. I've
yeah.
never-
It has
you've
a lot
never,
of.
you've never brought that
Yeah,
up.
have you guys heard that St. Louis is awesome?
I will shit on St. Louis though because they have been so fucking bad about wearing masks here. Like barely everyone's just like, yeah, we're not wearing masks anymore. And then meanwhile things are coming out that's like, hey, if everyone wore a mask, it wouldn't spread anymore pretty much. And everyone's just like, nah. I live in St.
Yeah,
Louis. I'm
it's-
too cool for that.
It's wild to me that things that you guys are still in pandemic hell, because in BC we've like basically arrived out the other side because Bonnie Henry is amazing and we have a government that actually listens to people who are experts and very good at their job. Like we've gone out.
Oh,
to
you mean like Barron
restaurants
Trump?
And,
Yeah,
yeah,
the expert
exactly,
who's
like
very
Barron
good at his
Trump,
job.
bro, Yeah,
The Baron.
yeah.
Barrett Sanders, 2024.
Baron Sanders.
he's been promoted from colonel. What was the? Oh, you know what? How about something from your childhood that you're nostalgic for? I miss. I'm gonna say Bionicles. I fucking miss
Ooh.
everything
Oh.
about Bionicles. I miss the comics so much. I miss actually playing with them and building
So-
them. The movies. Give me it.
I've got so for like my like 7th birthday or something like that. It was right when the Rockshi had come out,
Mhm.
and
Oh, nice.
that's what year did they come out? I can actually find out how old I was. But anyways, no matter what, when anyone asked me what I wanted for Christmas, all that I said that I wanted was the Rockshi. So every one of my friends showed up to my birthday party with a Rockshi. It was amazing. It was the best fucking birthday ever.
That sounds fucking awesome. That's the only way you could get them back in the day. That was the one way you could
exactly.
get all of them. It took me months to get all the fucking like main Toa. This is we're really pandering to
No,
specifically
we're
one person in the
literally-
chat.
We're literally answering the question, though. The
yeah,
question.
Bionicle. I will never not pop off for Bionicle. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is
Um,
my
That's what Firespore said.
yes.
I'm nostalgic for playing out in the snow and getting cold, and then coming inside and having your mom take your snow gear off and sitting down by the fire and watching Arthur. That's what I'm nostalgic for.
Arthur. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Deep
yeah.
cuts. Deep cuts.
Every day when you're walking down the street.
Everybody that you meet.
Other lyrics.
That's done by Bob Marley's son. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, I did not know that.
Don't
Yeah,
don't
I'm not-
give into it. Don't buy into his fucking facts, Ben.
Yeah.
Don't
I
fucking
didn't even
indulge
need
this shit.
Wikipedia for that.
I'll believe it when I fucking see it, okay?
Fun fact, real quick, for Firesport, mentioning a part that happens late in Bionicle lore. I fell off before this. So, for anyone who like me fell off from Bionicle, after 5 years or however long, there is a major revelation that I dare not spoil in this fucking live stream.
I'm
But
reading it and it's blowing my mind just reading it.
it is, yeah, no, there is this major revelation that it turns out that fucking everything was set up for this one big revelation and it was the most, and I just found out about it like a few months ago because I just watch YouTube videos about Legos now because that's where I'm at in my life. And
Plural of Lego is Lego.
I fucking GIF Legos. That's where I'm. That's where I'm at.
That is
can-
correct.
Also, can we talk about how Kopaka is objectively the best?
Oh,
Toa?
Kopaka. I need to bring back my Kopaka Twitter
Yeah.
thread because
Can
that's
we
the most
start a-
successful thing I've ever done.
Can we start a Kopaka podcast?
Kopodcast?
Cast.
It can be called
yes.
Swords and Shields.
That's Pokemon. That's a
Skis
Pokemon
and shield.
podcast, dude.
Skate another skate.
Oh God, Haley, what are you nostalgic for from childhood?
I think just the purity of getting so like deeply obsessed with some sort of, I don't know, toy or media property or movie or whatever. For me, it was just like first it was Barney, and then it was like,
Harney.
and then it was probably like Spider-Man. Like I was so obsessed with Spider-Man. Like I would watch the movies like every week, and I wanted to be him and also be Mary Jane. So I just
So
I
you
miss
like
wanting
Spider-
to
That's why you like
be
Spider
people.
Girl, man. Boom.
Yeah.
We just discovered it.
I remember wanting to be a Powerpuff Girl. I remember being almost crying at one point as a kid because I realized that I wouldn't grow up to be a Powerpuff Girl. Thinking about how fucking cool it would be to be a Powerpuff Girl, and it was devastating to me.
Crushed dreams.
I remember
Fucking
standing,
devastated.
looking in the mirror, and genuinely trying as hard as I could to go Super Saiyan. And it just
Oh yeah! Oh my God! I think all of us fucking popped a fucking blood vessel trying to go Super Saiyan at some point.
I think part of my hair turned yellow, you guys. I saw it. Did you see it? Oh my
By the
god,
way-
that dude, you just brought back a lot of shit for me just right there.
Fucking, I miss it.
And
miss
eventually, I was able to do it. I can go Super Saiyan 4 now. So
that
Teach me your
fucking
ways.
Canadian healthcare. That's where it's at. We got Star Wars is I like Dumog's bonkles. Not bionicles, but bonkles.
know what I'm
And
know what I'm
pogs.
specifically know what I'm specifically nostalgic for about Star Wars? I'm nostalgic for being able to enjoy Star Wars.
Dude, I've been experiencing that a lot with like movies and shit that I'm just
Yeah.
not into anymore for whatever reason. Like
The thing is, I still love and I'm into Star Wars so much, but every time I watch it, my mind thinks of all these fucking stupid internet conversations.
That's the thing, is like if I'm enjoying a Star Wars film, then I just start thinking about like there are all these people that don't enjoy this film.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
hate me for enjoying this. It's a whole thing.
Yeah,
Star Wars is cool.
I just generally, even the other night, actually, like I said, I was watching Captain Marvel, and watching that, I found like I was like defending it in my head as I was watching it. And I'm like, I wish I could just fucking watch the movies and think they're
Yeah.
cool without fucking worrying about what incels online think about them.
yeah, dude, it's tough. I
Well,
was that way for Batman vs Superman. I'm ride or die for that movie.
hell yeah.
I still haven't seen it.
There's a like a director's cut of it that is apparently way better.
I
Oh
enjoy.
yeah,
Here's the
I
thing.
own that cut.
Yes.
Yes, it is a different Snyder cut. but
Here's the
it's not
thing.
the one that's coming out.
I am
Okay.
I really really enjoyed Batman vs Superman, and I think it's because I wasn't a fan of Man of Steel, and they kind of just fixed all the stuff that I didn't like about Man of Steel in Batman.
The
vs.
opening to Batman vs Superman is amazing.
For me, it's just they got their Man of Steel is the some of the dialogue. If that's one thing that will drive me insane for a whole film is if something isn't good about the dialogue.
Wasn't feeling it. I'm
And-
totally opposite, man. Man of Steel made me like Superman.
I-
Sorry to interject.
Oh, fucking I wish like that was I think it might exclusively be the dialogue because there are parts where I'm just like this is gorgeous and this is fucking rad, and then they'd have the what was it, he kisses Lois Lane and she says after this big emotional thing and the world almost ends and they kiss and then she's like, you know, they say it's all downhill after the first kiss. And I'm just like, no one in the world would say that in that situation. And then he says, I think that only applies to humans. And I'm like, fucking leave me alone, movie. I liked you, and now I don't anymore.
that feels like a Joel Schumacher Batman line.
It really it's the what's the
I'll get
David
takeout.
Goyer.
Mhm.
But that was a big thing for Batman versus Superman. I was like, oh, I actually like this dialogue, and I like hey, like what you want, people. Enjoy
Yeah.
your shit. Hey, we're almost halfway done.
yeah.
You really want to get out of here, eh, John? You're not having fun?
Oh my god, we are
Yeah,
an
what's up,
hour
you
into
got-
this.
you
We're
got
on
plans?
question
You got
12.
plans in the pandemic? You going somewhere?
I gotta
You
fucking hit
got
up the
somewhere
bar,
for me?
dude. So hey, I have to go to the governor's office to tell him to reopen the economy real quick.
I want a fucking haircut, and I'm gonna get a fucking haircut.
I've been getting
Okay.
3 haircuts a day.
Yeah.
Hey, if you could only visit 3 websites a day, oh my god, what are the odds? Which 3 would they be? He knew I was gonna make that 3 haircuts a day joke. Hey, so what 3 websites would you go to a day? I'm gonna say not Twitter, anything but Twitter. I'm cool with YouTube. I think YouTube is because that's what most of the shit I watch anymore is YouTube.
Yeah.
It would be a dream if I could live my life only visiting 3 websites a day. You know how many fucking websites I need to visit for work all the time?
Wikipedia
I-
to learn about shoes, Wikipedia to learn about sorbet,
Fucking Slack.
to learn
fucking-
about shoes.
What if you get
Gmail.
what if you get the Slack app? Does that count as that doesn't count as a website?
Yeah,
as long as you
how do
only use it
apps count?
offline.
Well, fuck.
Functionally though, if I could only visit 3 websites a day, it would probably be like Gmail, YouTube, and if I needed to do my job, I would need Wikipedia. If I needed to still do my
You're
job,
fucking this up so much, Noah, because here's the thing: is this gives you an excuse not to do your job. So you're just
Yeah.
like, sorry, you emailed me. I'm not allowed to use email. I only have fucking Friendster and and
MySpace.
Neopets that I could go to.
Neo-
That's it. I will say I'm adding this to my list of 3. So far it's YouTube, and now I just went on this deep dive the other day because I remembered jpinstitute.com, which was this Jurassic Park sort of educational, super fucking rad website. And it was just like, it had all these activities, it had all these like interactive things where you just learn about dinosaurs, and it was just the coolest shit in the world. And I looked it up, and it shut down in 2016. And if someone in this chat wants to go spend $150 a month on jpinstitute.com with me,
Wow.
so we can bring back the Jurassic Park website, please do it. But I literally, like, I subjected Haley to it. I was like, this is how fucking cool this website was and all this stuff. And this is how well Haley knows me. That day, like within minutes of that, arrived in the mail was this thing she ordered how long before?
Oh, it was like 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, so within like an hour of me going off about like, I just wish this website still existed. It was so cool. She gets the mail, and there's this, it's like a date night in a box, and it was like, survive on this dinosaur island and learn about these
sweet.
dinosaurs. And I was like, how fucking well do you know me? This is all I care about, is anything I cared about when I was 7.
I try.
is
Aw.
well, you have grown, because not only do you care about dinosaurs, you now care about dinosaurs with dildos as well.
Hell yeah.
I don't want to hear shit about no dinosaur unless there's a dildo coming out of it.
Well, here's the thing, is that dildos don't fossilize, so we don't know. We have no way of knowing how many dinosaur dildos they were just covered in those things.
Unless you're a walrus. They have bones in there.
in their dildos.
You might want to double check that one.
Noah hit up that Wikipedia for walrus
All right,
dicks.
let's look it up. Do
Also,
walruses have
walrusdicks.com is
bones
my
in
3rd
their
website.
penis?
I'm thinking 50 First Dates is what I'm thinking. That's where I get
That's where I get all my science.
Yeah.
Yep. The baculum is a bone found in the penis of many placental mammals. It's absent in humans, but it's present in the penises of other primates, such as the gorilla and chimpanzee.
Oh,
And it's also in walruses.
there we go.
See, this is
Go
an
watch
educational
watch
podcast.
Tusk by Kevin Smith.
And raccoons. Kevin Smith's Canadian fetishism is really weird.
Yeah, I want to hear. I'm sorry to totally. This has nothing to do with
No,
it.
please
How
do.
do you, a Canadian? I want to hear what you think about that. What do you think about Kevin Smith? Do you like him? Do you hate him? Do you? What's the deal?
I loved Kevin Smith when I was in high school. I still like him. But I feel like I'm not quite as much his target audience anymore.
But you're
Yeah.
Canadian.
I didn't like.
Um,
I don't like his newest shit. The last Jane Silent
But-
Bob movie he
But
made.
yeah, like Dogma, Mall, stuff like that, and Clerks,
Yeah.
obviously, they're classic. But and this is the thing: his like late career Canadian fetishism is really weird, and it like I don't know,
It
it's
is,
not
It's weird.
it's not really like what Canada is or what Canada's about or anything. Like it's just like him randomly naming things that are in Canada.
To us, that's
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Oh yeah, there's-
Noah, speaking of Canadian fetishism here, we are coming up on Canada Day, and I think we need to do another live stream then, which is us drunkenly reading or going over what was the Canadian comic?
We stand on
We
guard.
Stand on Guard. I
Oh,
feel like that
God.
needs to be our next live stream.
Possibly. That
have to
honeymoon that I talked about earlier takes place over Canada Day, but I might be down. I'll let you know.
We'll figure it out. Maybe we'll record it and it'll be a surprise to everyone.
You have to drink Canadian booze during it.
Oh,
that's all I
God.
drink. I live in
I-
Canada.
I really-
It's easy. It's easy for you.
Oh, you drink beer. Like what do you what's the
Canadian Club.
Oh
Oh,
God,
Royal.
that's
wow.
the
Crown
fucking.
Club.
Get some
I'll do
Crown
Crown
Royal.
Royal, but fucking Canadian Club is like the well whiskey at so many places there. I hate
Also,
it. That's
I
you
live
know.
in
Hey,
Also,
whiskey.
if you're gonna drink Canadian beer, for the love of God, do not drink Molson Canadian. That beer is piss.
Don't
It is
even think about
literal. It is literal Mountie piss. Oh,
I-
also,
Steam will drink that.
important. While we're talking, yeah, Steam Whistle's all right. While we're talking about Canada, one famous piece of Canadian iconography, the RCMP. Never forget that they were created completely to oppress Indigenous people, and up until like a decade ago, they were leaving Indigenous people. They would drive Indigenous people out of town and leave them to die in the snow. So, yeah, donate to
Jesus.
Black Lives Matter. And
Link in the description.
ACAB, and Mounties aren't quite as fun and cheery as you think they are.
But
I'm
Dudley
gonna
do
make a
right.
donation right now. You just convinced me.
Hell yeah. Well, you get to ask us one Saga reader survey
Yeah.
style
All right,
question.
I'll think of
then.
it at the end.
And that applies to
Sorry
anyone.
to make
Anyone
it heavy
send us.
like that, but we need to talk about these things.
Oh, please. Like let anyone again. I'll remind anyone in the chat if you're watching, if you make a donation to the link in the description, to Black Lives Matter, then tweeted us a
I'm
receipt,
going
and
NAACP.
you get to ask us. Hell yeah, nice. You get to ask us a Saga reader survey style question, and we will all answer it.
Or I'd say, any related local organization, because those are.
Yeah, I
lacking
agree.
too.
Haley. What websites? What 3 websites would you visit today?
Oh man. MSN.com.
Whoa!
AOL Instant Messenger.
AOL.com.
AOL
Yeah,
3.
probably just like Netflix, Wikipedia.
SpaceJam.com.
Dude, we used to have so many fucking cool websites.
SpaceJam.com still exists.
Oh
It's
yeah,
amazing.
yeah. No, it is like fucking. If you went back to I remember just the Pokemon website used to be rad
don't
as
talk to
hell,
me
and
about
just I would
Pokemon.
get lost in that Pokedex for days. I'm sure it's still rad, but
Oh,
still.
tribute! I can make it a tribute. I'm sorry. Continue.
Oh, what? You can-
I'm gonna tribute this donation to Horns and Wings.
Nice.
Oh.
I can do it. What's your email? hornsandwings@gmail.
I think it's hornsandwingspod@gmail.com.
Is it the ampersand or type out and?
Type out and.
I'm sorry, I totally interrupted you. I suck
With
at
your
podcasts.
damn
I don't-
donation. Oh my
Your
gosh.
damn generosity. Get out of here.
Yes,
the
we
least
are
I
Horns
could
and
do.
Wings
It's
Pod at
literally
gmail.
the least I could do. So don't hype me up too hard.
So you know what? I'm changing my my third website is now just the YouTube channel for SPTV. That's it.
Aw,
My
thank you.
my go-to website, my 3 websites are going to be the George Floyd Memorial Fund, the Breonna Taylor Memorial Fund, and let's say
Spacejam.com.
the bail fund. The bail
All right,
fund.
all right. I mean,
Space Jam was next up.
It's no JP Institute, but I'll take it as an answer. Question number 13. What contemporary slang terms are you surprised to find yourself using regularly and unironically?
Oh, all of them.
I wouldn't say contemporary anymore. I feel like we're all 8 months behind.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's very true.
That counts.
But like
I say slaps.
lit. Oh, slaps, bops.
Ding dongs.
I've always liked
all
bomb.
cops are bad.
Yeah,
Oh, cops are it's really catching on.
MAGA is another one.
Okay.
Yeah, no, this is
Anything that I can say to embarrass my son, I do it. Dude, I
That
was
is the best
bumping fucking Rush one day when I dropped him off at school. Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, we're reliving the moment.
Yeah, this is some
This is a
sound
flashback.
terrified. He was terrified. Yeah, that's playing in the background. I got turned up loud, dropping him off at school. Windows down. He is on the verge of tears because I'm playing Rush too loud. I had to roll up my windows. Man.
And his mind is not for rent.
Here we go.
Tom's,
Do
yeah,
we
it's,
Oh shit, the stream was just taken down. It was just taken down by fucking Warner Music.
Copyright claim.
Son of a bitch.
you mimicked it so perfectly. That's not really slang, but you get what I'm saying. Anything that I can say that my son thinks is cool, I will repeat it.
Chat has decided that dabbing is physical slang, which I do that all the time, so.
It works.
I do dab all the time. I actually don't dab all the time, but once I dabbed and broke my glasses, so that's
Whoa.
That's what I'm gonna write for your fucking obituary. That's so fucking you.
Hyper
yeah.
dab.
Oh yeah.
You're fucking
The glasses were
champion.
already broken. They were held together by tape and glue. I re-broke them, which is even more me.
You loosened them up.
Haley, are there any other slang?
I don't know. I don't know if I kind of put this into the put this out there before. I don't like bomb. I like bomb, but that's like not contemporary.
I feel like that might be 2004.
Yeah.
2008.
You know, it's weird because I do, but it's only when you're talking to your grandparents. I do hear you say "oh crrr" a lot.
You got you channeling Cardi B?
Yeah, it's just, and it's
Oh.
weird. She's been doing that for years, and it's just like, did Cardi B pick it up from Haley?
Oh,
Haley picked it up from Cardi B.
B channeling Haley.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah.
I did tweet Yeetwood Mac, which pissed off a lot of my followers.
The most ambitious crossover event.
Like it really pissed off my followers.
I don't know. It's kind of weird because I know a couple rappers who have sampled Fleetwood Mac songs, so it's not a totally crazy mashup.
Yeah, no, I think it's brilliant.
Yeah, that's hilarious. You need to put that on a T-shirt.
Yes.
That's gonna be your next poster. It's just that word.
Just a giant, like the size of a back wall with like 12-point font in the middle that just says Yeetwood Mac.
Or can it be like one of those birthday banners where each letter is a flag on a string?
Dude, I'm
I'd
cool with
put
all
that
these ideas as long as it is written in Comic Sans or Papyrus.
Only papyrus. Or a combination of the two. Every other letter is alternating
like
between
that.
Comic Sans and papyrus.
That's blazing new ground in graphic design.
Graphic design is my passion.
Question number 14. Do you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior?
Oh wow.
Oh, is that actually the question?
That is it. That's it. Do you
How did
accept
Oh,
you
we've
Jesus
know?
talked
Christ?
about this.
We've been.
We've
I was
already
raised
covered
Christian.
this.
I'm not a Christian.
I was raised not Christian. I'm very not Christian.
The answer is no.
Oh man, I was raised Christian, so I am agnostic.
I'm.
There's still
Oh no!
something in
Oh
me.
no! Don't start the agnostic. Don't start the agnostic debate again. This podcast has barely survived.
I will never let it rest.
I I support Fard as my Lord and Savior.
Oh, I thought that's what we were talking about the whole time.
I thought that was a
Yes,
nickname for fart. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
The
that's what
Fard, the Fard, and the Holy Balls.
the Holy Trinity. Yeah,
Fart,
The
the
fart, the
balls,
crumb, and the
and the other
chode.
ball.
the other ball. No, one of them has to be the wart on his balls.
Oh, there we go. Let's really hammer this one out. Let's figure this out, because we're organizing the religion as we speak.
Yeah.
That's what
This
you
is
call Horns and Wings listeners. Whatever this religion is that we're making, that's what you call them.
The hornies. We decided on
The hornies.
And the dildo
Harnies.
dinosaur is like a prophet of the Fard religion.
Sorry. No, he's the golden calf.
Are we
He's
uncovering a
his
deep
he's
subplot?
temptation.
Wait, what is a golden calf?
Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Can I just I'll get back to that, Noah, because that's a whole thing. I just point out that I just had to approve Odd Amy's comment in the thing that said, "Mother is Christian, father is atheist. I am agnostic."
What?
YouTube tried to censor that. We have had
What?
so many fucking dino dildo comments in here that were totally fine. But if you say Christian and atheist and agnostic, I wonder which one of those was censored. Everyone
right.
start
Yep.
typing individual
Yep.
words from that message to see which one.
Odd
But yeah.
Amy type Christian. Ben Spencer type atheist. Firespore type agnostic.
Get it
Go.
done together.
I don't know. I always felt like it would be hard to have a close, intimate relationship with somebody who is totally, completely, like, the opposite religion of you, or like a different. I don't know.
It's agnostic. Christian is fine, but agnostic is not. What the
Oh.
fuck? YouTube.
Agenda. YouTube agenda.
Holy shit. And it's
Has been
agnostic
weird.
too.
Wow, I feel very attacked right now.
Well, also, I mean,
agnostic is getting.
I will say Christian
Oh,
is also a
fucking weird.
name, so
Oh, good point.
Yeah,
good
well,
point.
I'm gonna name my son agnostic. Yeah, no, it is.
But yeah, that would be super interesting if you were in a relationship with someone opposite faith. I feel like that rarely happens.
Oh, fucking atheist is
Yeah.
fine and agnostic is not. You can be agnostic about things other than religion too. Oh, it's so weird. Okay, we've discovered a whole thing.
They're forcing you to pick a side because they want you to be
Feeding
angry.
a culture
None
war.
of you fucking fence sitters are allowed in chat. Only
Yeah, that's-
atheists
okay,
and
I'm fine.
Christians.
That's good. I'm good with that.
This is real. This is real. What's happening right
This,
now?
Oh,
this
this
is
is
now
so
an
fucking
this
good.
is now an atheist stream. Next up, how to become a Chad.
Fucking YouTube. God, what a garbage fucking platform. Hi, everyone on YouTube. Hey, our next question is, have you ever been on a date to a bowling alley? Pretty much
Oh,
the
so
same
many
question.
times.
yes, yeah.
No.
I haven't. I've been on... I've-
5-pin and 10-pin.
Ooh, 10? You dog.
5-pin bowling is apparently a Canadian thing.
Is it?
Yeah, no, I've never heard of 5-pin
no,
bowling.
Oh,
What?
yeah.
You guys, can't afford them? What's wrong
No,
with
no,
you?
I mean, I don't know. And there's always they're like they're smaller balls too, right? They're like
Yeah,
almost ski
yeah.
balls. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, that's kind of cool. I'd be down to play that.
it kind of sucks.
Yeah, it sucks.
Well, now I don't want to play it anymore.
yeah, no, it just sounds fucking worse.
So Noah, were your dates these good dates?
Oh, yeah.
They were just like a lot of. I mean, throughout high school, I lived in a rural area in high school, and like the exciting thing to do was to drive to bowling alleys and bowl. I had a good one at a glow in the dark bowling alley, which is really fun.
Oh yeah, I had
Um,
one too.
Yeah,
Haley,
yeah.
tell me about your dates. Haley.
Oh,
Yeah,
Here's
what was
another
his
fetish.
Name? What was his name?
What was it? Here's another
don't
fetish we just discussed.
remember.
Tell me about those dates, those bowling alley dates, my wife.
I think it was only one, and it was blah because the dude was blah.
I've been
That's
to
one for Jonathan. Let's put that there.
Wait, that was me. I'm just realizing that I tried to think of any date I've been on, and I realized that like my approach to dating has always been to just like be like, hey, you want to hang out, and just treat people as friends at all times, and then it's like a pleasant surprise if it turns out to be a date. But invariably I would just be like, hey, you're cool, you want to hang out, and just treat it like any other hangout in history. So I might have. I don't know I'll leave it up to other people whether or not I've taken them on a date to a bowling alley. But for me, it was always just like, hey, let's hang out with people.
I feel like most of my dates, like of the like dates that I've been on per se, are with people someone I'm already dating. Like I went
that's
to
fair,
bowling
yeah.
alleys with my high school girlfriend a number of times.
Yeah, I guess Haley and
What
I have
was
been
her
on
name?
a bunch of yeah. Where does she live?
What's her average score?
What's the social security number or whether social insurance number?
Oh, is that what it's
Yeah,
called?
yeah. Yeah, it's called a sin.
Yeah.
Typical.
Hey, that was
You never
another.
answered my golden calf question, and I
Oh,
needed to turn
did
to
you ask
Wikipedia
what a
to find
golden
out.
calf is?
Yeah,
Is the thing that
what's
people
the
start
deal with the
worshiping
golden
instead of fucking God, and then God's like, "Don't fucking do that, you idiots! Worship me."
Why though?
False
Because it was
idols.
cool as
Where
shit.
did it come from? Is
Dude,
it a statue
someone-
or
if
like
I-
a real cow?
If someone was like, okay, you can believe in God, or I have this golden fucking it wasn't real, it was a statue. He's like, but they're like, I have this
Well, 'cause
rad
if
ass
it was
statue.
real, I'd believe it.
But
Like
it looks
imagine,
just like this.
imagine it's like, okay, you can. This guy, everyone keeps talking about God or whatever, but I have this like gold-plated Funko Pop. And so, which one do you want to hop on board with? Because there's a right answer to that.
Yeah, it's obviously the cow, right?
Funko Pop is the devil. That's all I heard.
What if? Okay, here's a scenario, and it's that like the Bible's 100% true, and Funko Pops met the requirement for taking a god before a god.
If you own a Funko Pop,
If you own a Funko Pop, you go to hell, and those are considered false idols.
you stupid son of a bitch. You bought a
It's
Funko
one
Pop.
of the Saga Funko Pops.
Oh,
Hell yeah,
guess
that's the
which
only
one
guy that's
I
allowed.
own. I'll give you one guess which one I own.
Oh shit.
Prince Robot.
Yeah.
You got it,
Yeah. Fucking on brand.
Yeah.
Question 6.
No, it's not. No, it's not
Teen.
the brand. It's Prince Robot.
Shut the fuck up. If you could talk to people who assembled your smartphone in China, what would you ask them?
That's
Was it shitty? How long did it take? Did it
I also
suck?
had to really quick in the chat. I had to uncensor CJK saying Black Lives Matter. So that's
No
where we're at
way.
with YouTube.
No
Really quick,
way.
someone type in All Lives Matter or alt-right.
oh no.
Do me a favor. We're doing another experiment here. Let's
Oh
see
my
what
God,
gets
what the
censored. We're figuring that shit out. Black Lives
No.
Matter gets censored. I had to uncensor that. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. All Lives Matter gets through. No problem. YouTube's really showing its hand right now.
Someone record this. Someone
We have-
fucking record this.
This is
This is-
archives.
No,
archives.
this is actually fucked.
This is
Yeah.
the fucking worst. YouTube is the worst. You can't say BLM, so let's keep it to BLM. But
It's
yeah,
crazy how much. Oh, how much they're picking sides is insane.
Jesus Christ, you cannot be
What
agnostic,
happens if
and
you- what
Black
happens
lives
if you say
can't matter.
What happens if you say trans lives matter?
What happens if you say trans? Hey everyone! Oh nope, trans lives matter gets censored.
No
Yeah.
way.
Trans lives matter gets
Is
censored.
it just trans?
No, but John, YouTube tweeted
Yep,
out
nope,
that they were
trans.
happy about the bills, so
I-
that must be some kind of mistake.
Yeah, it must be because trans was just censored. Just saying trans is censored. Hey, if you're a person who is trans, you are censored. Your existence is censored.
That's
Please.
fucking crazy.
Oh my God! Someone, we need to. We're gonna do
Screenshot.
another fucking
Taking a
charity
screenshot.
stream for every person that gets censored in the
Shit, it
fucking
doesn't-
YouTube chat.
And may I
that's
say,
cool.
Jesus Christ was not censored.
No, Jesus Christ is fine, but as long as Jesus wasn't trans, we fucking
Jesus.
figured it out.
That's fucking insane.
It's bonkers. Hey,
So if I could
hey,
talk to the
people-
people who assembled my smartphone in China,
uh-huh.
I would ask them. I'm glad that we aren't monetized, because this would get us fastly demonetized. I would ask them, how can I help you seize the means of production?
Yeah, like what? How much? It's rough. What are these scenarios? Because I just would feel bad. I would just be like, I'm sorry.
I'd
Why
probably, yeah,
why is everyone else like this?
I'd
I guess I would
probably
ask
do,
them.
like, ask them what their
I would-
PayPal is.
I would actually be very curious to hear what they thought about Xi Jinping.
By the way, I love this is the most like Saga podcast shit imaginable. Now everyone's just putting fucking phrases like Allah and Satan.
Praise Satan. Someone type praise Satan.
Fucking Firesport got past no censors, just telling us the history of the golden calf, which is fucking rad. Praise Satan,
Yeah, I was reading it. It's
100% fine. And
Praise be his name.
but then Ben Spencer's comment, this censorship shit is still blowing my mind, gets censored.
I mean,
It's probably
That
because
got
of the
censored.
word
Probably the
shit.
shit.
Yeah. Oh, but that
Whoa,
terrible
what's the-
N-word is
What,
fine.
the F-bomb is
Wow.
not censored?
But
Nope.
trans
Jesus
is.
fucking Christ.
Okay, we've
Oh, that
so
is insane.
so this platform is hell. Thanks for coming here.
Jesus Christ.
but also, I'm sorry if somebody like didn't listen to the live stream
Oh
and
my
just looked through the
gosh.
chat.
Okay, at least Nazis is censored.
yeah,
Yeah.
but dude, they like recommend like when all these school shootings were happening, like the most graphic shit they recommend to my kid.
Oh my
and
gosh.
but they don't censor this shit. Is what the
This
fuck?
is why Horns and Wings will never be monetized. This is why Make Stuff will never be monetized. This is their fucking garbo. But
This
no,
is why
Hitler's
you
fine.
should donate
Hitler's
to the
fine.
Trevor Project.
Yes, please. Hitler is fine though. I'm glad we figured it out.
Hitler is
Boy,
fine. John O. Roseline.
fucking Barron and Hitler for president 2024.
Baron Hitler.
Baron.
Hey, I'm just gonna apologize to people in China. That's what I'm doing. Anyone else got any questions for the folks in China?
Yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head.
Yeah, I would genuinely be curious to hear what their thoughts, like their view on Chinese politics and on Xi Jinping and stuff like that is.
Oh,
I
Scientology is
guess. I
censored.
mean, I don't know. Fuck. I would ask how coronavirus is over there, because they were the first people to experience it, maybe, and they're like the preview of what would happen around the rest of the world, and it's topical.
Yeah. Haley, you got any questions
Um,
for all the folks watching that assembled your smartphone?
Epstein didn't kill himself. Did that one get censored?
Nope. You know, it is kind of disgraceful that Bowling for Soup didn't get censored though. Bowling for
All right.
dates.
Let's move on from this
okay.
depressing ass
Let's-
question.
let's.
Here we go. Okay,
Oh,
here we
come
go.
on.
On a scale from 1 to 10, how worried are you about ISIS? Is this 2016 question? Y'all, God,
ISIS
I
still around?
miss ISIS compared to this
Yeah,
shit.
I don't know.
Remember
Oh
when
my
it was just
God.
ISIS?
So
I
yeah,
don't think it
someone clip
is.
that one. I miss ISIS. That's a good one.
Hitler's fine. I miss ISIS.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you know what? I have some more pressing matters. Is my answer to this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
compared to
No, I'm
I'm more
kind of
worried about YouTube chat.
ISIS because like as a major goddess of ancient Egypt, we haven't really worshipped or paid her any tribute lately, so she might be getting kind of angry.
That's
So,
true.
Yeah,
no,
you're
I'm
totally right.
I'm
Could be an
moderately
American
worried
Gods
about Isis.
Sandman situation.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
Neil
I'm
Gaiman's about to rip you off so hard, Noah.
I'm concerned about Isis.
Bro,
I'll
an
come
excellent
out and say it.
idea.
Neil, is that you?
Neil can
Like,
rip
just
it.
crashed
thanks for
our
having
Discord.
me on the podcast.
Neil Gaiman can rip anything off of me any
Podcast.
day.
Ooh,
That's my
that's your fetish?
that I
Yeah.
haven't talked about. Neil Gaiman ripping me off.
You're reading it and you're just like, oh fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I wrote this 2 years ago.
All right.
Is Isis still around even?
I
Here's-
don't think so.
Maybe
I've
to
not
some
heard.
extent.
How worried were you about ISIS?
I was
not.
disturbed. I was very disturbed.
Yeah, I was
That's
more
why
worried
I
about
used
what
to-
America was gonna do in response, mostly, because that's
Yeah,
I
no,
didn't
I
want
would-
another fucking war.
I was the exact same. I was and still am mostly just worried about America.
Yeah.
Hey man, welcome to my world, our world.
Noah, now famously American, as we established last episode of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No
dude. I heard you got your
fucking
visa recently.
Yeah,
Don't you dare.
he's already applying for citizenship. He's
Because
trying to
he's
speed
proud
it
to
up.
be
Oh, you
an
said there was-
American.
You wanted to. You said there was something you wanted to fight
You'll
me.
get
Oh,
a
yeah.
boot in your
Yeah,
ass.
on that
Uh,
episode.
Okay, so this is something that I've been and while we're going on this rant, please go donate to the Black Lives Matter movement. Link in the description if you send us a receipt of it, and you can ask us any Saga reader survey question. So for the end of the issue where someone gets bit in half. Hey, everyone, catch up on the podcast. And then Sophie says, sorry, and you said sorry, and I made a joke about you making Sophie Canadian, and you're like, oh, that's how it's said. O's don't make an ah sound.
They don't make an ah. They make an oh.
Okay.
You
Hey,
say,
what
you say
was
sorry?
what? Okay, really, I'm just gonna run through some questions. You go ahead and answer them as truthfully as
Yeah.
possible. What city are you from?
Ottawa.
Oh, interesting.
But no, but that,
Where do you
don't
go
say
if you're sick?
Sorry. You say sorry. You say it with like an A.
No, I don't. I say sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah, you're saying it with like an A.
Ottawa.
never thought of it
Sorry.
would.
It's the
Ottawa-
same.
yeah,
Hey,
it's the
Ottawa-
hey,
same.
Noah.
Hey.
What was Michael Jackson the king of?
Hey,
Helicopter.
hey, John.
Pope?
What's another word for what's the opposite
Sorry.
of lending something?
What was that?
What's the opposite of lending something?
I'm sorry. Are you trying to come up with a scenario in which O is pronounced like separately than
Borrowing.
It's because of the R.
borrowing?
It's because
Oh, sorry
It's-
as an R.
It's because
it's because of double R and then a vowel.
my God.
And then a
Fucking-
vowel.
Why?
The double R is what changes. You're saying changes the sound of the O.
Yeah, that's how English works.
So you say Suro.
Dude,
If you're sad, you're feeling Suro.
I'm feeling
You
sorrow.
motherfucker! I'll do this all day. I'll do this all
No,
day,
I- that's-
motherfucker.
That's exact. Wait, no, I'm feeling sorrow. That's the exact
Sorrow.
same way
Oh
that
my
I pronounce sorry.
So you're saying
Sorrow.
people.
How do you
Sorrow.
Sorrow.
pronounce sorrow?
You just said
Sorrow.
sorrow. You 1,000,000% just said sorrow.
Oh
We
my
have it
God.
on tape.
No, sorrow. It's sorrow, like sorry. That's exactly how it's
This is
pronounced. It's
so
not sorrow.
Now, okay,
Sorrow.
John, I do have to
Zor-
say, how do you pronounce the mask of?
But this is just brought up in chat. There are different letters have different pronunciations, even if they have the identical letters after them. This is fucking insanity. It's the English language. There's no consistency whatsoever.
Yeah, except that you're wrong. That's what's
Oh
consistent.
my god.
You are
I'm team.
consistent.
I'm team sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
This
thinking
is-
board game. I'm thinking forgiveness. Sorry.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, ISIS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
I like anyone just. I like the idea of someone seeing Noah's tweet, clicking on this, just seeing an animated thing on the screen saying, on a scale from 1 to 10, how worried are you about ISIS? And we're just screaming sorrow at each other.
Words with O's and
Doro.
Oh my gosh. Hey, question 18.
Wait, I am a man of constant sorrow.
No. It's
You're
sorrow.
bringing the Coen
Yeah,
brothers
he
into
says,
this.
He says sorrow.
He says sorrow in that.
Yeah, he does.
I don't know.
George Clooney isn't wrong.
Oh my god. See, George Clooney invented the English language. I think that if there's anyone that's has anything to say about this, hey, this is a much lighter thing, and this is something we could all talk about. When ordering at a bar, what is your traditional drink of choice?
Some kind of craft IPA.
Ugh.
I usually just get whiskey, sometimes with Diet Coke, depending on
Diet
how I'm
Coke.
feeling. But I know that's like a sin to get
To
it
do
with
Diet Coke? Oh no, I do. That is my. If I'm going cheap, I will get whiskey and Coke.
Dude, if you drink it with
Just
Diet
whatever the
Coke,
well
you
is.
get drunk faster.
That fucking makes sense.
It's science. Look it up. Look it up in Wikipedia. You get drunk quicker. You don't get more drunk, but you get drunk quicker. If that's your thing, if you're just drinking to get drunk, it's cool. It's okay.
Do we have what's a Haley? What do you order?
Good old G&T, baby.
Ooh, fancy.
So wait, Noah, do you have a liquor, a favorite liquor?
Beer.
Ooh,
Fuck off,
beer.
Noah. Ben,
No, I really don't drink liquor. If I needed to drink something with liquor, it would be like a vodka lemonade.
yeah, I was gonna say, do you
Um,
like vodka cran or something where you can't taste it?
Yeah, like vodka lemonade. But I generally don't like sweet drinks. I don't even drink pop that much. Like is that another thing? Do you call it soda?
In the
Oh,
great
it's
land of
fucking-
Michigan, it is known as pop.
Okay, good.
We call it sody pop here in the
Combination.
Central West.
We call it bubbly shug.
it.
Bubbly
shug.
shug.
The champagne of
We-
sugar.
we call it Pope here. That's how it's pronounced.
Let's move on.
You pretentious monster.
Wait,
Pape.
you mean like that word that has an O and then a vowel after the next consonant sound?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Pope?
Yeah, Pope.
Yeah.
That's how we
like
pronounce
Tory.
it. Why else would
Yeah.
you? Why else would you say it any other way?
Yeah.
Ben, do you have a preferred whiskey?
Tullamore Dew.
I don't know that one.
It's Irish. It's very sweet. Easy
Yeah,
to
I
drink
probably should have
straight.
guessed it was Irish.
Yeah. Yeah, try it out. Recommend. I strongly recommend.
Nice. I like Makers. Makers is a
Great. That's a great one.
solid one. Haley, what's your preferred
You just
G
like
to
that
your
because
T?
it's on brand.
Preferred what?
What's your preferred G in your G and T?
Oh, dude, I don't remember even the brand name of it anymore. But is when we went to Cleveland, they have a like distillery there that makes this amazing botanical gin. That's like,
There's something good in Cleveland?
Shocker. I'm with Noah on this one.
yeah,
Hey, I'm from that area. Only I get to
Ish.
shit on Cleveland.
I've been there once.
Amy says Bubbly Shug is their stage name.
Bubbly Shug. I love
Put
it.
that on a t-shirt.
Hey, okay. Well, now that we got the fun light one out of the way, let's dive back into if
Oh,
you weren't
here we-
afraid, what would you be? It's an
Hmm.
abstract question. If you weren't so afraid, what would you be? I'd say productive.
Wow.
If I wasn't so afraid.
I'd say probably dad.
That's also true.
Whoa.
That's also true.
That's very
Fear-
pragmatic of you.
I mean,
And
especially
Spencer
like I
says brave.
see a lot, and I do some stupid stuff pretty often. So like fear is probably what keeps me in check from doing something so stupid that it gets me killed. So I'm all right with it.
Yeah.
Can I be an adventurer?
Ooh,
Is there a
Indiana
form of
Jones
adventurer
type?
that's not just like colonialism?
Archaeologist?
Yeah, it's called D&D.
Did you say
Uh,
D&D? You cut out for a second.
Yeah.
I'd be a archaeologist
The
if
dungeon
I wasn't so
master.
afraid of archaeology.
What?
I
When
just
is
go on
the-
adventures.
Dude, you have to battle Nazis to be an archaeologist.
That's true. That's true.
Mm.
Just don't talk
you-
about it in chat, especially if you're trans and you can't do it.
If,
Uh,
they're trans Nazis.
Oh no! Oh, it's censored into fucking oblivion. Haley.
I'm gonna get real with this one. I would probably be a singer in a band.
Should be.
Might not be famous or anything, but I think we'd do pretty well.
You can sing.
Yeah, I love.
Let's
singing.
start a band.
She's an amazing singer.
Yeah, let's.
I've been
I would
trying
love to
for-
start a band with you, Noah.
I've been
You sing.
I've been
wouldn't-
You
trying
sing
for
well.
years to get her to start doing music.
What would your band name be?
Ooh, good question.
Mm.
Sorry, not sorry.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's the Saga one? What's the one on Isabel's shirt? That
Oh,
tour?
the mistook.
The mistook. Yeah, that's pretty great. I have. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say in Ben Spencer's case, it's good that he's afraid because it's a super villain. Is their
Oh,
answer to
no.
this.
You know,
Although times
Oh,
like
go ahead.
this, I'm starting to figure out. I feel like we're in some superhero origin era right now.
We could use a fucking superhero.
I need a hero.
I'm holding up for a hero till the end of the night.
See, this is why Haley doesn't sing. She's too intimidated by the
It's true,
talent on
it's
this.
true.
I'm
Yeah,
Bravado.
I'm famed for my vocal talents.
Across, he's multinational, you guys.
Yeah.
I love it.
If I wasn't so afraid, I would probably. I think one of my dream jobs is being maybe a cartoon animator or a comic book illustrator.
Hell yeah.
And I just feel like I never really went for it. So that especially where I'm at now in my life, like with a house and a kid, there's definitely a big fear factor of jumping off that deep end and trying to go out on your own. I mean, you guys got a good idea of that already, just being entrepreneurs yourself with your YouTube channels, so you can definitely relate to how scary
You're-
that can be.
You're telling me that comic creator doesn't pay the bills for the house? It doesn't pay the mortgage?
From what I hear,
It's like I put your kid through college.
Yeah, so I mean, definitely comic books, animation, that whole industry. And it's not to say that that's out of my future. It's
we should
definitely
totally do a fucking comic together at some point. Like even like a 4-pager or something. That'd be fun as hell.
I'm down 100%.
Do a
100%.
Binding of Isaac fan comic.
Can I letter it?
20%. Yes.
Yeah.
That's another thing too, Haley. I want the lettering, because I'm in the graphic design field.
Oh, awesome.
There's not enough of that out there with typography. You should make some more content. This is just from a fan's perspective. You guys should produce more content about typography, kind of what goes into lettering a comic. I'd be super interested in videos like that on like projects you've worked on.
You've read our mind.
Yeah.
We just did the first one. We did a live stream where she was showing the
Was this
very
in the
basics.
Patreon?
Yeah.
I gotta get on this shit.
Yeah,
I gotta get
literally $1 patrons get early access to Horns and Wings, and you can watch the stream archive of Haley showing the basics of lettering, which we just did last week. That was
Mhm.
super fun.
We did not plan that, you guys. That was not planned. I swear.
Which also, speaking of Binding of Isaac, I've been streaming gameplay stuff on there. Come on, and we'll play some
Have you
Binding
been
of Isaac
playing
on there.
Have you played
Have
Forza?
me on. We need
I
to
play.
finish.
Oh yeah, we need to do.
Oh.
Noah and I've been playing Stanley Parable and
I
Hearthstone.
think I lost you guys.
Can you hear? Can you hear?
Noah might have stopped hearing us. But yeah,
Oh.
we've been playing some fun shit. I play Binding of Isaac is like my just podcast game, like, or like I'm on the workout bike. Like,
It's so good.
oh my god, I got it first. I've probably put like 2,000 hours into Binding of Isaac.
Just artistic influence on the way I draw. That game
I love it.
is like 80% of
Oh.
who I rip off. I rip
I'm
off Ed McMillan constantly. That's who I steal from. Him.
He's that is also everyone. If you want something super rad, go check out Ben's channel and the
Oh, stop.
he's interviewed Noah and I and animated us, which is fucking rad. And and the creator of Binding of Isaac himself has been on the channel and has been on the podcast, and he's been
That's
animated.
sick. I didn't
So,
realize that. That's
Is it just
thank you, sir.
I
SBTV?
didn't
Thank
either.
you.
That's awesome.
That was the thing, because you reached out to me. That was the first time we interacted. You're like, "Hey, I like your channel. Do you want to be on the podcast?"
Dude, it was because of your Saga video. That's how I
Holy
found you.
shit! It all comes together.
Oh,
Yeah, and then I was like, well, let's see if this guy's legit. And then it's like, oh, the fucking creator of Binding of Isaac and Super Meat Boy and shit is
Oh, he's amazing. He
He's so fucking
communicates
rad.
with his fan base so much. He's awesome.
he's so cool. He makes the best goddamn games.
Go
They're
play
so
Binding of
good.
Isaac. Play Four Souls. Binding of Isaac Four Souls. It's a board game. It's incredible.
It's the none touch none of,
It is, yeah.
of real games.
100%. 100%.
I love it. Hey, question 20. What level are you at on Candy Crush? This is contemporary. Hey, what level is everyone at on Candy Crush?
4,000.
Yeah, 42069.
Nice.
I think I made it up to like the 200s or something like that. I don't know though. I forget.
I never played.
I feel Angry Birds I got into. Candy Crush, I feel like it was a little too ad heavy, or like I feel like there is a wall I would hit where it's just like there's some level designed to be like, oh, go buy something a boost to get further than this, or else you're just gonna keep playing this level over and over again. But I just like Sudoku and I like Minesweeper. I'll just download those Solitaire for my phone. That's what I do when I'm listening to like audiobooks and shit. And Binding of Isaac, it's so good. And Hearthstone. I like that's 90% of my gaming is shit that I don't have to think about doing it while I'm doing it.
Yep.
Muscle
Yeah.
reflex.
Yeah, just like
That's-
pure empty carb gaming.
Mm-hmm.
That's Hearthstone. I do a lot of that in Minecraft. Just put on an audiobook in mine, and I play a lot of
Ooh.
NHL. Because I am on
That's a-
brand to a fault.
I miss Minecraft. It's fun back.
Dude, I've been
There's-
playing that with my kid
there's-
a lot recently. It's been fun.
My-
getting
my
back into it.
my Discord cult started a Minecraft
God.
server.
Yeah.
What
yeah.
is it? What is the server?
I don't know. Join my Discord and I'm sure you can join. Yeah, there's a cult in my Discord. That happened last time we live streamed.
Brag,
Yeah, that happened
brag.
on stream. So go check out the Patreon.
Yeah.
Boy, we are boosting everything here.
Yeah, my cult has a Minecraft server. I haven't been on yet. I think it's kind of weird if I go on. I'm best as a distant figure.
Really quick, I am dropping into the chat Ben's channel. Please go subscribe to
Oh,
it.
yeah,
It is
yeah.
fantastic.
Thank you.
So good. Yeah, I gotta get back on the podcast. That was super fun.
Yeah,
you can-
dude.
You can kind of see what I look like because he drew me.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
closest we've
I
got
have
is an artist
seen-
rendering.
I have seen Noah's face, everybody.
Oh
Holy
shit.
Envy me. I have seen a picture. Fun
You have
fact
seen the
about-
face of the golden calf.
I've seen the golden calf. fun fact too, I animated his whole facial movements and I blurred it after I animated the whole thing, just for that level of that one pixel you can see move left and
Oh my
left and
God.
right.
See, this
So,
is
behind the scenes.
that's fucking amazing. Okay, so I think the high we got Firespore was at 255 in Candy Crush, and they are the reigning champ, and I assume the champion of the world. Question 21: who are your parents bigoted against?
Ooh.
We said nice things. Now let's just shit on them, you know. My dad was born in 1950, so I'm sure he never expressed any of it to me, but I'm sure there is some just deeply ingrained just because he's from, rural Ohio that lived through the 50s and 60s, and it's just but nothing that I think that it might have been believing some incorrect stereotypes, but I don't think he ever really discriminated against anyone. And same goes for my mom.
We have a close family friend who's gender non-conforming, and I wouldn't say my parents are bigoted, but I also wouldn't say they're
Yeah, no.
good about it.
That I'm remembering because we had I think a cousin of mine was transitioning, and I feel like that just didn't go over well. I feel like I have the kind of family that's just like oh yeah, equal rights and everything until it's someone they know, and then they're just like, that's ridiculous. Now I'm gonna have to call them a different name. This is stupid. It's absurd.
Yeah. My parents definitely had the. It's just so hard. When we grew up, they was a plural pronoun, and I'm like, no, it fucking wasn't. They has always a singular and a plural pronoun.
Yeah, I would like to think that because my parents are very empathetic people, but I don't think we have known anyone transitioning like that was like a friend of the family. So I honestly couldn't say how they would react. I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel there's that level of not necessarily active bigotry, but just lack of exposure and not knowing fucking anything that leads to that sort of more just subconscious ingrained bigotry.
And that's something that's not always intentional either, and that's something I've recently learned about myself too. You can be racist while not being a racist person. It's just ingrained into you, and you don't even realize that you're doing it.
We are all trying to get unfucked from the ways that society has fucked us.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Haley, who are your parents bigoted against?
I mean, my mom probably nobody. She's a very free thinking, free-spirited person.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah,
that sounds awesome.
Yeah, she's really cool.
She's a total hippie.
And again, I as I mentioned before, my dad's a Canadian conservative, so he's got some. He's a really intelligent person, but he has some. It's just he watches Fox News.
I will say I feel like
this
is all you need to know about her dad. Is at one point he said the only reason Obama got elected was white guilt. So was people feeling bad if they didn't vote for him. So I'm gonna say that is the what we're dealing with. But
I bet he's got I know his type. I bet he's got a lot of thoughts on Trudeau.
Oh boy, no. Does
he? Oh yeah.
Parents, they're fun.
Yeah, my mother-in-law's boyfriend is very vocally anti-Trudeau and there's a very weird brand of Canadian conservatism, and it's just as terrible and harmful as your guys. Well, maybe not quite as harmful, but it's pretty much as bad as your guys' terrible conservatism.
Yeah. Oh, I'm pretty sure death count wise, we got you beat. All right. Number one, America. Number one. All right.
Look into residential schools and then come back to me.
Oh no, but I'm just talking about purely
Oh,
population size.
purely.
And I think COVID knocked us up a notch. I think we're kind of we're high up in the ranking right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And you know, you guys fell behind, but it looks like you're bouncing back in the.
Oh,
rankings
don't
now,
worry,
too.
don't worry. We toss those masks
guys-
in the trash,
Second
baby.
wave.
You guys all
Second wave.
America always rallies in the second half. It's like
Yeah.
the Pacific Theater.
Back-to-back World War champion. The two-time.
Hey, question 22. We're winding down. Why David Bowie? So I'm gonna let you guys figure this
Oh.
one out because this is remember the
Oh,
year in
God.
which this was done.
Is this
So-
when he
Oh,
died?
yeah.
Why David Bowie?
Have you listened to Black Star? Clearly, David Bowie chose to go.
It was all viral marketing.
Actually, no. Actually, why David Bowie? We now know David Bowie has always been able to see the future.
Oh
and
yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, fuck it, I'm out.
He got out at the perfect time. Everyone was so
Yeah.
sad about David Bowie dying, but he nailed the landing
Yeah.
on that one. Fucking pitch perfect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I envy David Bowie for that.
No, God, I keep thinking back to it. It's like, remember when everyone said 2016 was the worst year ever because David Bowie died? Like, Jesus
Didn't
And
Christ.
Trump
die?
got elected.
Did
Oh,
Prince
oh,
die that
people were
year?
saying that before Trump. Like, I
I
remember
know.
the memes of 2016. It's like, oh,
Yeah,
2016 is
David
the
Bowie,
worst.
Alan
You
Rickman.
fucking idiots.
Alan Rickman.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Yeah, 2020. Fucking, it's almost poetic how it's the start of a decade.
The roaring 20s, baby.
If we're all fans of Saga and the poetic tragedy that comes with Saga, we can at least appreciate.
You know, I wish this tragedy was a little more poetic. Personally,
Yeah.
I wish it had a bit more of that poetry and not so much of the fucking tragedy.
Yeah, it's very heavy on the tragedy side.
Oh,
It tips one way.
why David Bowie? I feel happy for him.
Did he die?
Yeah, no,
suddenly. I don't remember. What?
Oh no, it
how
was
did die?
he
No,
like he knew it was
he
coming.
had a-
His
he
whole
had a,
album was about it.
What was that?
Well, no,
Yeah,
it's done
yeah,
fucking
he had
videos
cancer.
about it.
He was fighting cancer for a while.
Okay.
It's weird. It's conflicted as to whether he knew he was gonna die or not. Apparently he didn't think he was gonna die, according to Tony Visconti, who's his producer. But if you listen to Black Star, it's pretty fucking apparent that he knew he was gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that was like his eulogy kind of that he wrote for himself.
Yeah.
Didn't he-
I've done,
and it was like
I've done
he-
2 videos on it.
Like,
Really?
Yeah.
They're fucking
I
good.
want, what are they called? I haven't watched those.
Don't watch the first one. It's the first video I ever did.
Oh,
watch
I'm definitely watching that one.
The second one was part of your like top 5 like most influential artists
Oh
of the
no,
decade,
I've done
right?
3 then.
Okay,
I've done
yeah,
3
no,
then.
that's like your most
yeah,
recent.
I also did one. I also did one comparing Rock and Roll Suicide to Black Star.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna check those out. That's-
So in the chat's also pointing out fucking Harambe, like man,
Harambe was
2016.
2016?
2016 took so much from us.
Dicks out.
Yeah, truly the worst year. It will be remembered in history as the worst year was 2016.
Yeah, I gotta go. 2020 has been worse.
Oh,
so far
come
for me.
on. But Harambe, dude.
All right, I
Fucking-
changed my mind. I'll go 2016. He
Hey.
started a movement.
Which of your, in America's great now is the thing, is that you're not realizing that it
did
it
it.
wasn't great in 2016.
It was-
Which
When did it stop being great? Do we have an official date on that? And when it became great again?
oh no, it was great back in the 50s, when nothing bad happened.
Don
Uh,
Draper.
Oh,
It
you mean when the country prospered from a bunch of socialist government policies?
yeah,
Yes.
we got to bring that back by
When
lowering
there was
taxes.
a 91% tax rate on the highest earners.
Hey, really
Never
quick.
forget.
Please forget is motto now. Which of your hobbies consumes the most of your free time? I'd like everyone to look at the handwritten title card they're looking at this for right now, and
Dude,
that should
I've
answer
been waiting,
the
yeah.
question.
I've been
I
waiting for you to bring this up. It looks awesome. I love it. I love the
Does,
animations.
Thank you.
Does my job count as a hobby if it started as a hobby? It's not a hobby anymore, I don't think. Because
No,
I wouldn't do it if I didn't need to.
no,
Yeah, let's
you
make it
you
hard.
kiki
Let's make it
delivery
difficult.
service to yourself on this one. It's just a full on job now.
What do you
Um,
do to forget about making YouTube videos? What is your temple, your stress release when
Getting
YouTube is too
stoned
much?
and watching music videos.
There you go.
That's
You
that's
big on
badass.
visualizers?
I don't put on visualizers. I put on the actual music videos.
Okay.
I'm cultured. I'm cultured.
Here, I'm gonna take a guess at some of these. I'm gonna say there's a good amount of Jack White stuff. Is
Of
that
Jack White.
music videos?
Yeah, a lot of Beyonce.
Okay.
A lot of Tame Impala. Because they're a
That
band
adds
that
up.
I think are meant to be listened to high, and I don't really understand how anyone listens to them sober.
No, no, get on my Glass Animals level, please.
Please.
Oh,
Put-
I should check out Glass Animals.
Oh my God, please do. Everyone in
It's
the
worth a
chat, yell at
Google.
him.
if you like Tame Impala,
Oh, one of the best bands right now.
But actually, like hobby, to answer the actual question, I probably spend a lot of time, like making art and writing poems and just generally making art would be my answer.
Dude, yeah, your Inktober Instagram post.
Oh, that was right.
You were doing collage things. That was
Yeah,
really cool.
I still do a lot of collage stuff. I haven't updated my Instagram in a while, but I've got a bunch of projects on the go right now. I'm actually collaborating with a poet in Canada, and we're applying for some grants and doing some collaboration there.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Fuck
Yeah.
yeah, that's badass.
Haley.
Well, I will say first of all that speaking of time-consuming things, we've been spending a lot of time in Middle Earth recently, and I totally thought this said which of your hobbits. So,
I wish that was
Are you guys watching movies?
it's-
Or are you talking about some
that's-
campaigns you're running?
It's very obvious that Pippin consumes the most of your free time.
I wish that was a hobby right now. I'm doing a video that's about the lives of Peter Jackson, George Lucas, and Walt Disney all together. It's gonna be a
No, you're
fucking
not.
massive video.
Are
so
you really?
Yep. So
For real?
Yep. It is. I'm like, I don't know, 4 books deep at this point with like all the
Oh.
constant audiobooks and shit. And yeah, we just started on the Hobbit series, which is interesting.
Dude, you know a guy I know that I had on Talking Heads podcast. He knows so much about Disney history.
Oh, really?
Dave Lee Down Under is his YouTube channel.
Oh,
If
cool.
you guys ever want, he knows so much. It was so crazy how much he knew about Disney history. You guys should go check him
Oh.
out if you're looking for like even like behind the scenes like shit with the animations. He's got like all the eras of Disney animation down. He's so knowledgeable
nice.
about it. Yeah, if you need like a good reference
Hell
for
yeah.
that video, yeah, you should definitely check his content out.
Yeah, actually, you know what? I will say that will be my hobby is I love watching there's this whole like sort of subculture on YouTube that is just talking about Disney rides that don't exist anymore. There's,
like Defunct Land.
like
and all.
Defunct
yeah,
Land
yeah, that's a
and
good
Theme
one.
Park History and Yesterworld are all great ones, but nothing like that. It is the perfect take my mind off shit. It feels productive. Like I'm learning something, but it's about shit that I don't even remotely need to know about, and it takes me away to this magical place, and I love it. I'm a
Actually-
huge Disney nerd, so.
That reminds me, I spend a lot of my time on YouTube watching videos about how we can abolish the commodity form and achieve an anarchist society. in our lifetime.
Goals.
Hashtag squad goals. Hey everyone, anyone who's watching, please donate to Black Lives Matter. The link is in the description. If you send us a receipt from your donation, then you can ask us one Saga reader survey question, and we will all answer.
Also, I listened to a shit ton of Hardcore History. Hardcore History is the bomb.
Nice. Yeah, that's good shit. Haley, back to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
We got thrown off by hobbits.
Probably not recently, but I did just download Red Dead Redemption 2 and I played it for 3 hours today. So probably overall video games.
There you
You've
go.
been on a big video. You've been on like a constant video game kick. Animal Crossing, we've been huge into.
So has Firespore.
Oh
Animal
yeah, in
Crossing.
the chat. Yeah.
Oh, I recently played a lot of Breath of the Wild because I got a Switch, and
Ooh,
Breath of the
nice.
Wild
Yeah.
is probably the best game ever made? Question mark.
Dude.
It's fucking good. Dude,
Behind
play
Binding of Isaac, maybe.
fucking I will that is my most played game for sure.
That's a big stress killer for me is Breath of the Wild. I've beaten it.
Oh, it's
And I
so
haven't looked.
satisfying.
I have not looked anything up on purpose,
oh nice.
just for this time where I can just wander around in Hyrule and just experience like I'm not trying to do all the quests or anything. I just want to fucking be Link, pure escapist
Right.
fantasy
Yeah,
at its best.
God, I love shit like that.
yeah, I love that game because I beat it and I was like, okay, I'm curious now. What's my percentage? And I was at like 23 fucking percent
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, dude, I didn't do shit in the side quest. I just went straight main quest on
No,
it.
but I spent a ton of time in the side quests. I have like 100 Korok seeds and like I thought I had a decent amount of shrines and shit, but it turns out I'm only scratching the surface of this game.
That's what's
Yeah.
great about it, man.
I'm kind of dreading playing video games now because I'm about to Last of Us is coming out in like 2 or 3 days, and The Last of Us 2, and that is a game where the first one I've gotten like a bit into it multiple times, and then I just start playing Uncharted because I just want fun. I want fun, happy Last of Us. But I think in just the next few days, just because I've been working too much, I'm just gonna play through all of The Last of Us. And I think at first I was like, oh, it's gonna be awful because of the state of the world right now. It's gonna be like, but I think it's hit the point where it's like, oh, this is a better version.
Yeah.
This is my Animal Crossing. The beautiful world I can live in is The Last of Us, where it's mindless spore people murdering everyone and not conscious people murdering.
They can't
everyone.
help it.
Yeah,
In an
they're
ideal
therefore more
world.
moral. most of the world right now. But yeah, no, I'm gonna power through Last of Us and then go right into that fun ride of Last of Us 2. It's gonna be so fun. Yay. Haley, any other hobbies that you've been doing? Cool. So, question number 24 of 25. We're getting there. Would you personally execute a convicted death row inmate if it meant extending the life of your favorite pet by 10 years? I want to hear Haley's answer for this one.
Oh.
You gonna let, because we have the perfect dog, and she just turned 13. She is getting up there in years. Would you personally execute a convicted death row inmate if it meant extending the life of Emma by 10 years?
It's tough. I would be tempted. Obviously, my temptation comes from a perfect world where this person was 1000% guilty of what they were convicted of.
So in your perfect
And-
world, there are death row inmates.
No, I'm just perfect situation
Yeah, I was gonna
where there's no complications.
In the perfect world where I can murder people without any
perfect
sort of guilt.
situation where there's no complications. Is what I
I
meant.
think you'd be the one on death row in this situation if you're just dying if your perfect world is murdering people without guilt.
Okay, yeah, that's the takeaway.
In this world in which we exist right now. They are
No.
convicted. They are a death row. So certainly they're guilty, right? That's how this works.
Must be.
I've seen no evidence to the
Yeah,
contrary.
you guys have a great prison system, right?
Yeah.
Famously so.
And if they got to that point, it is because they are broken inside, and definitely not society has made them that way. So,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think I'm gonna pass on the murder.
Maybe
Yeah.
I think this would be a little bit more interesting if you were allowed to like give 10 years more to somebody who like to a
Yes.
person who
Oh.
You mean like a death row inmate?
Yeah, if you could kill the death row inmate to make them live 10 more years. This is a real monkey's paw thing we're gonna get to, and I like it.
I've never had a connection with an animal that deep for me to. It's like that Button movie where you
Yeah.
click the button and you get a bunch of money, but the last people who hit the button die. It's like
Right.
one of those. I mean, fuck. If someone came at me and was like, "We'll give you $1 million, and then you can extend the life of this animal," but they don't tell you the other person was gonna die, that's a different story. If it was more
So
like the Button
you're
movie.
fine. You're fine with people dying because of your actions, as long as you don't know about it.
Yeah, and if there's a little money in it for
if
me,
the
then that
if at
kinda
the end of
changes
that
the
trolley
story.
track past those 5 people, there's a wad of cash sitting there, then you're gonna
Yeah.
hit that switch every time.
Yeah, it's you gotta read the fine print.
Yeah, like is this a lump sum or is it in payouts? Because if it's a lump sum, you're gonna lose like half of it to tax. So.
Yeah, you
wanna-
can take it in a lump sum, but then the government gets 40%.
Not once we get Baron Sanders in there.
Yeah, yeah. If you receive money off of the gains of someone else's misfortune, then you get a tax discount.
I would love to hear from the chat on this particular question. See what
Yeah.
kind of because
This one is an easy no for me. It's very much in my moral code that I value human life more than animal life, which will probably, I'm sure, people will piss people off, but I don't know.
I- you know what?
That's all case by case basis.
if I've learned anything from that, did you watch that what was it? Don't fuck with cats
Oh, yeah.
documentary?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's super
well,
gross.
I believe you are in the minority then, because there are so many people. Like, there's literally, because it's about a guy who's like posting videos of him, doing terrible things to animals, and it would just be like, and then he, went on to murder people, and they'd have people being interviewed on there that would just like describe the murder that he did, and then they would get to the part where he did terrible things to animals, and they'd start crying. I mean, nothing has see, I'm with Odd Amy on this one. I'm not going to kill someone, pure and simple. I
agree.
You know what? My
Well-
my brain's fragile enough as is.
You know what?
I don't
I'm
need
not-
that thrown into the fucking gears.
I'm not gonna say this, but John and I have discussed someone that I probably would be okay with killing.
Who
What was
knows?
their name?
I just put it into chat. Oh, it was censored. Oh darn.
Yeah, no.
They were
No,
agnostic.
I don't believe
They
in
were
killing people.
agnostic.
Oh
And,
my gosh. We have reached the final question,
People,
by the way.
people could not theoretically amass giant amounts of wealth and quash unions, and
No.
there's no people that could do that. So
No.
Yeah, right.
not even the not person I was thinking about.
I'm gonna. Okay, here we go. We're on
right,
to the
last-
final
last
question.
one.
The final question. Have you ever been arrested? If so, what
Oh
for?
my god, that's okay. That's a relevant.
If someone wants
Question
to
right now.
someone wants to decline on answering this or lie,
I have
they're
never
free
been
to.
arrested, and I can tell you why. Because I'm white.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've
Please
never-
donate to Black Lives Matter.
Link in the description.
I have never been arrested. I have been detained and taken home in the back of a cop car, though. But it
Oh,
was
uh-huh.
nonviolent because I'm white.
There you go.
So
He
Yeah.
just gave you a ride home. That's nice, if anything.
Mhm.
yeah, he did. I mean, yeah, because we were sneaking out, me and my friends, doing
Mhm.
some ding dong ditch. Cops catch us.
You
And I mean,
fucking criminal.
even like a couple of my friends escaped and didn't get caught by the cops, and they didn't even ask us about like their names and shit. Maybe because we were all white, dude.
You know what?
Possible.
Here's the thing. People say that we will be fine without cops, but think of how many ding dong ditchers out there would never be stopped.
Yeah,
It's
for real. It's a menace.
people
to
don't think
society.
about what they're saying.
Okay, I have a question here. Since we all know we none of us have been arrested,
I'm sorry. You think I haven't been arrested?
have you?
You need to
No,
break
not
the
at all.
rule to get arrested if you're white.
So if you okay,
Oh, I've broken. I've been pulled over for speeding. I've been. Here's the thing: is if you're
you
in
really
like.
live you really live a hard life. You're really
yeah,
bad out
yeah.
there.
No, here's the thing. I've every interaction because I've been like, I have not been arrested, but I'm also thinking back to like when have cops done things for me, and like my apartment has been robbed multiple times, not in St. Louis, back in Youngstown, and we knew who did it, and the cops. This is crazy. You're never gonna believe this. We knew exactly who did it. Because they said they were gonna rob our place, and then they did. And
What was this?
this is a whole
Why did
thing. We had a dumbass roommate who brought his drug dealer in to hang out,
Jesus
and
Christ.
they were alone in the apartment, and the drug dealer, like once they were high, the drug dealer was like, "Hey, I'm gonna steal your roommate's guitar and sell it because I want to get some heroin." And the guy's like,
What an
the guy's like,
asshole.
"Please don't." and
Jesus Christ.
and so the guy was like, "Okay, well, I'm just here. I'll come back and do it later. So you're not like responsible or anything." And my roommate was like, "Really, don't do that." And he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna leave and go get my uncle." And and so the roommate was then terrified of being in the apartment, knowing that the guy was coming back to rob us, and so he got the fuck out of there. And we called the cops, and the cops came, and but during this, the roommate called me, and he was like, "Hey, I don't know what to do," and I was like, "Text your friend and tell him that there's a serial number on the back of the guitar, and I can, if he tries to sell it anywhere, like we'll be able to track it down and get footage if it's at a pawn shop or whatever." And so then everything but the guitar was stolen. And it was like $1,000 Les Paul,
Jesus.
and so, but we called the cops. We were like, "Yeah, we know exactly who did it. We know his name. We know his uncle. We know where he lives. Everything." And
so the cops choked you?
so the cops were like, "All right, we'll see what we can do." And they went to the place, and guess what? The guy's grandpa, who he lived with, was a former cop, and he said, "Oh no, the kid's been here all night," and they didn't question it, and that was it. And then they came back and robbed us again. This time taking the guitar and the replacement Xbox 360 that we got, and again I was like, "Yeah, I know exactly who did it." They literally said they were gonna do it, and it was like within a few days of that. And this is in an apartment building that had never been like robbed before, and then within 2 days it gets robbed twice. And they're like, "Yep, no, the grandpa vouched for him, so there's nothing we can do." And so cops are cool, and I like them, and they do good stuff. That's it. I have a whole. Actually, go check out the Mistakes Were Made podcast, by AJ Fry, the Canadian who's on what was he on in
Inner Space.
Inner Space on the Space Channel?
Yeah.
Noah, is this ringing any bells for you? This is Canadian
Inner
TV shit. Inner Space was like a nerd news, like pop culture news show, but it was on the Space Channel. It was like their Attack of the Show. Ben, you ever watch Attack of the Show?
Attack
No.
of the show.
Yeah.
Attack.
So
Yeah, watched that
I was
show.
on like the Canadian Attack of the Show. But
Wait. What, you were on it?
Yeah. It was Inner Space. So that's a whole other story. That's for a comic I did. But anyway, go check out the Mistakes Were Made podcast with AJ Fry and myself, and I tell a story about how cops raided my apartment because when I was gone for the summer, my roommate decided to attempt to grow one weed plant. And so we had like eight U.S. Marshals with shotguns storm into our apartment. So if you want to hear that story, go check out that podcast. I won't do it here.
Jesus Christ.
But that was the closest. That's the closest I've been to being arrested. Was cops pointing a shotgun at
That
me.
was my question.
Oh.
What's something that you've done that you could have been arrested for?
Oh,
other
yeah.
than drugs, because that's
Yeah.
lame.
So I don't think we could have gotten arrested for this. But it's kind of a crime story in the most technical way possible.
Uh-huh.
So in my undergrad, there's a bar at Carleton, the university I went to, called Mike's Place. Legendary bar. And basically there was this like really shitty art in the bar. Just like it looked like someone like tried to do the old iPod commercials, but it looked really ugly. It was this weird ass silhouette stuff, and for like all year long we would sit next to the art and say how shitty it was. And we were on a first name basis with the bartender, because we spent a lot of time there. And one night late after trivia, we were all inebriated, and we're saying we should steal the art, and then maybe they'd put better art up. So we orchestrated a art heist. And we all worked together for the school. And we had an office in the library. So me and someone else held down the fort while my friend, who is now my wife, fun end to that story, and another friend stole the piece of art and brought it up to our office. And then the people at the bar started like freaking out on us and we're like, oh my god, what did you do with the art? You can't actually steal the art. Like, that's the artist thing, it needs to be there. We're gonna get in so much trouble. And we were like, okay, calm down, we'll get you the art back. But they made us take a photo saying we were criminals, and
And we were banned from the bar ever since.
no, actually we were not banned.
That's just
from
so
the
more
bar.
people buy you drinks because you're a
And
fucking badass.
When we came back the next year, that was toward the end of the year. The next year, there was new art on the walls. So I say that we,
Nice.
I think we're heroes.
Not the hero we deserved, but the one that we need right now.
Not the hero we
Exactly.
deserve, and not the one we need.
And not a hero.
Not a hero, but you are what
That's
we
just
got.
what other people say about me.
Haley, have you almost been arrested for anything?
Probably the biggest thing, the most serious crime I committed was trespassing.
Oh, I've done a lot of that.
I went to my friends and I went into an abandoned hospital.
Hold on, there's a knock on our door. Police?
An abandoned hospital. That sounds really cool.
I mean, it was like you're probably picturing like a giant thing. It's very small. It's only like 3 stories, but it was really fucking creepy.
Me and my friends used to go to an abandoned prison near where
Oh,
I lived. Yeah, but they tore it down and built a marijuana factory there now.
Blow
That's
up
appropriate.
2020.
Well, I think we learned a lot about each
Wait.
other.
We didn't get a story about Ben almost being arrested.
Oh, we
Oh,
sort of did.
shit.
We got the.
Yeah. I rode in the back of a cop
You
car.
were in the back of a car.
Oh,
I had
yeah,
a-
yeah,
I had
yeah.
I had illegals on me that I slyly ditched before they searched us. I will say this too. It was funny because I think there was like I was with 3 of my friends and we were going back to my house when the cops found us and all my other friends ran off. It was just me and one other guy. And I was like, all right, man, we gotta be cool and they'll just take us home. And when he asked his name, I guess I won't say his name, but it was the most uncool, unsmooth. He said his middle name first, and then he said how to spell it, and then he said his first name, and then his last name. And I was like, oh my god, we're fucked. And then, yeah,
Oh.
it was funny.
That's fantastic.
I also in middle school, at the end of grade 8, snuck into my school with plans to silly string the school, but got caught by security guards and cried my way out of it.
Nice.
This has been White Privilege, the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We got some good stuff in the chat. When I Don't Want to Name was in middle school, they had a leaf project and they accidentally took weed into the school without knowing. And
Oh.
Odd Amy stole some shiny buttons from Walmart by putting them into their mother's dress pocket.
I stole from
Technically, you
Walmart
did steal
too.
them then. You're just an accessory. Your mother stole them.
I've been so tempted many times. You know what, I will say I think I stole money from my parents to buy Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but I've been tempted so many times to steal Yu-Gi-Oh cards. To this day, when I'm at Walmart, I don't play Yu-Gi-Oh anymore. I don't do anything, but it's just like, man, it would be so easy just to steal some packs of Yu-Gi-Oh cards and go into the bathroom and open them up and ditch the wrappers. And it's just like,
Nostalgia.
it would be so. That is the closest to a criminal I generally get. It's just I want those
Yu-Gi-Oh
fucking
theme.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards, man. Give me those foils.
I've also pirated a lot of things.
I've gotten worse. I used to be pretty good about that, but I've gotten worse about it with like, especially needing video footage for shit. For videos and stuff, and
Yeah.
needing to watch a bunch of shit. Like I did a video on literally like every Star Wars movie, which is a bunch of shit that I've bought at certain points anyways and stuff. But luckily, like, you know, almost everything's available for streaming and stuff now anyway. But yeah, no, who gives a fuck about that at this point?
Yeah.
But yeah.
No,
we're a bunch of
I
fucking
actually meant like
criminals.
pirating on the high seas.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I commandeered one of the queen's
No, I do
vessels.
that. I do that, but just to go watch pirated films on the high seas so they can't arrest me.
If you watch
Oh.
the movies when you're in the ocean, it's maritime law.
No one can hear you
Okay.
crime.
Yeah.
Maritime law.
Jareth, cute story.
Jared, cute story.
Okay.
You're Rook, Captain Hook.
Once we've devolved to nothing but Arrested Development references, I'd say that's a good time to call it.
Hold on
oh.
a minute. I made a donation.
Oh my
I get
God!
a
Of
question
course,
here.
of course. We get one more.
I
We
get
get
a
one more
question
surprise
here.
question.
And I want to hear everyone's detailed answer on this. That's all 11 people watching right now as well.
All right.
I'll bring it back to Saga.
Uh-huh.
So what are we on? Volume 6? What are we?
Oh God, something like that.
5, 6.
Issue like
As far as
32 or something.
as far as we've read, which character has had the most interesting arc? I guess your favorite character, like because of their
Oh.
story, because of their arc, they can be dead. That's cool. Where are you guys at? Like, who has been
So
who's
up
been most
to-
captivating for you?
I think in the first 30 issues is what we've covered so far. Jesus Christ. That's a lot of fucking podcasts. Man, whose arc in those
And
30
even
issues?
if you've read ahead and you want to say this other person without giving shit away, that's
Yeah,
cool too.
yeah.
I think the will. I'm most interested. Like the Will's arc is just unlike anything that I've really like read before.
Shit,
Oh my god, I heard a sick. If you guys ever listen to Binge Mode, that's another great podcast. They did a Saga episode, and they described the Will as reverse Jaime Lannister.
Oh,
Which I thought was perfect. How he's, because I mean, Jaime Lannister starts shitty, and then you end up liking him. But what we've seen from the Will so far, you start off liking him, and he keeps kind of going downhill.
As we are constantly reminded by the voiceover, he is a monster.
Yes.
Which, yeah, I'll say it off stream, but I just had a realization the other day about what could potentially happen for a certain character, and I don't even want to say who it is because I won't say if they're even alive at this point or not. But man, I just realized something the other day, and I wanna bring it up in this Discord conversation when we're off the stream. But within what we've had so far, I'm gonna say, I mean, even with what we've covered so far, I've really loved Marco's journey, and I think we just hit a big turning point with their reuniting and everything. So I'm gonna go with Marco on that one. Such a good.
Ebeth in the chat is on your team there.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, Odd Amy said I went from hating Clara to loving her so freaking much. You know what?
Dude,
it took I think this read through for me to really love Clara a lot.
Really?
Same here.
I've always loved Clara.
Clara, I feel like Clara reminded me too much of real people. And when those people exist in real life, they kind of suck. But within the context of this, she is just so fun.
Yeah, I'm right with you, Odd Amy. Clara has definitely been way more up on my list. This is the second time I've read through it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely way more on the Clara train on this read through.
I also do need to give a shout out. I know it's an obvious answer, but I'm gonna please you here, Ben. I do need to shout out your boy. Prince Robot.
So talking, dude. Okay. If you could give me a moment to explain why I love Prince Robot so much.
Spoiler
that
free.
Father-son relationship character trope that I think speaks a lot to me personally, and I fucking love the caste society system where the poor androids have black and white screens. I think that was one of the main things that really hooked me on Saga, was when I was like, oh my god, like it's so obvious. It was one of those so obvious things, but you would never think of it. And the fact that he has like PTSD and they literally wear their emotions on their screens. I love that about Prince. And the fact that he's he talks like a medieval knight, and his son's name is Squire and shit. Like, come on. It's too cool. It's too cool.
You know what? I'm gonna say that really quick. Shout out to Dango. Also had a very good arc, especially and very fucking relevant with sort of his radicalization and then the empathy introduced to that, and it was very interesting. Firespore in the chat says, I'm very curious about where Little Sophie and Hazel are going to go. Which those have been interesting because we have been watching them grow up, even in these first 30 issues.
Dude, those two are a part of a lot of theories I have. Moving forward, but I can't say anything because I've read the whole series, so that's all I'll say.
Haley, who's had your favorite arc so far?
I mean, a special place in my heart will always be held for Yuma. Especially up to now. There's just something that really hit me about her. And I mean her the ending.
Well, we got to that. I'm cool with spoiling.
Yeah, her death is
her high as fuck.
It's the highest fuck is just an iconic image from Saga in my brain that will never leave.
So good.
That is super iconic. Dude, I said this on that episode as well. She fucking had a fire extinguisher. like moments before she went into
That's
that
true. She
engine
ditched
room.
it.
I think that's hilarious. But yeah, that is a super iconic moment. 100%.
It's like that. It's kind of like that thing in SpongeBob where they're trying to get the paint off the dollar bill, and Patrick's like, "SpongeBob, we have technology." And he picks up a computer and just smashes the dollar bill with it. Where it's like, yeah, use it for the thing it's intended to do.
She had a super awesome, like, I guess you'd call it superpower, but that magic paintbrush is so cool.
Oh my god, that's so cool.
illustrator.
Yeah, I'm surprised we didn't see more of that. Like, it was a cool reveal right at the end that she could, fix the thing with it. But that would have been cool to see that used more in the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, what else can she do with it? Does anything she paint become, like, real matter? Like, becomes into reality?
What if she painted herself back into existence?
Oh my
That's a
God.
cover.
Well,
That's
It
the
is.
cover.
100%.
go check out
Yuma
Watch
lives
Polyphonic for
confirmed.
better.
All right.
So we got a lot of good answers in the chat. We discovered a lot about YouTube and its bullshitness during this stream.
Wow, yeah.
We learned a lot about each other. Some friends were made. Some loved ones were lost on the way. Statistically, it's been 2 hours and 40 minutes. Yeah, I think we all learned a lot. Anyone who donated, thank you so much. We didn't get any other questions, but if anyone donated, we highly appreciate it. Go check out that link, and you know what? We'll give you the option too, because I'm sure a lot of people will watch the archive of this. If you want to donate and then message us the receipt, we will answer it on another podcast, the question. And yeah, we love y'all a bunch. Where
Black
can
Lives
everyone
Matter.
find everyone? Black lives very much
Trans
matter.
lives matter.
And
Fuck
and
yeah.
now boost your channel, Noah.
All right. You can find me at blacklivesmatters.card.co.
Mhm.
That's card with 2 R's.
That is also my website, and also my website is the one I put in chat to Ben's channel too. That's also my website.
Yep.
If you like,
Yeah,
it,
Yeah.
go
and then
check
there's
that
a
out.
redirect set up on that to go donate to Black Lives Matter.
There we go.
Go check it out.
My website is wikipedia.com.
There we go. Mine's JP Institute. It's a classic. Hey, we love you a bunch. Thank you to Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples and Phonographic and Image Comics for making this comic that we somewhat talked about.
Yeah,
A little bit.
And then they can return the favor by at least maybe telling us when they think it's coming back. That'd be really cool.
Or
Yeah,
alternatively,
Really appreciate that.
Even like a 3-month span. Be fine.
I'm
Dude,
fine
I would
with
take 3 months. I'll take 5 months. Just give me a day. Give me a relative. Give me.
I
a
need
relative
something
day.
to get me through.
it. Or just an appearance on this podcast would also, I think, get a lot of people through.
I would almost. Yeah, that'd be so badass if they have heard this and they come on here. It has to happen.
Yeah.
And it's up to us to make it happen. Everyone watching.
We can change the world together.
Can we all
about
can
this
we all do a
process.
simultaneous sign off? Can we all say it?
Yep. We're gonna do it
All right.
in 3.
Count us down.
Yep. 3, 2, 1. Dab.
Am I shitting?
Oh, I thought we were going with dab on the haters. Okay, I love you all. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Am I shitting?